Listen, people, we've just seen one of the most insane, beautiful, glorious days of international competition football that I've ever seen in my life. It was amazing. Hungary, oh man, I feel for them so much. I feel for Hungary so much, but they fought to the end. Portugal and France doing a madness game. Ronaldo doing GOAT things. And it's been decided England will be facing Germany in the next round. Here we... Actually, I'm not Fabrizio. Let's do this. Yes, people, it's Midnight Vibes episode 54. And what a day we have, because the group stages are over. It is complete, finished, done. We now know who is in the round of 16. The tournament tree has been fully set up. And now it is time for the real business to start. It almost feels like with the first 2 game weeks or the first 2 match days, you read up for the Euros, and then match day 3 comes along. It's kind of like, now's at the time, you know, it is, you know, like, I don't know if it could be asked. But then when the knockouts come again, it's like, all right, we go again, you know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to the knockouts. But, of course, I need you guys to obviously give a warm welcome to the first team members. We've got Gunnar Souls, we have got Girl Like Lambs, and we've got the guy we love to hate, the villain David here. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. Souls, how you doing, man?
Yeah, man, I'm good. Brilliant football. Spain, you know, cashed in their chips for their goals of the tournament. So I don't think we're getting any more goals from them. And yeah, no, it was brilliant, man. Today was an exciting day of football.
Yeah, Lambs.
Yeah, I can't really add too much to that. Even just from tonight's games, it's been spectacular. Great tournament so far. Excited to get into it.
We love to see it. And then, man like David, how are you doing?
Good. I was a bit stressed for a bit, but yeah, got through in the end. So yeah,
and you got through, and now you're basically fighting yourself. Like that's basically what you do.
I think for that game, my solution is wear a Chelsea shirt because it's an English team, and I have Havertz on the back, so there's Germany, and I'll take my German shirt in my bag, and if I'm close enough, I'll speak German to the guys and be like, "Yo, Robin, just shine my shirt quick, or can I have your shirt after the game or something? See if I can finesse a shirt or something." But yeah.
Yo, listen, David might be going to the game live, so he's going to be wearing a half and half scarf. Like, he's one of them man that wears half and half scarves. You can see it, man. You can see it in the scars. But anyway, people, you know what it is. Smash the like button for us, please, ever so gratefully, thankfully. Please do that for us. Also, go and subscribe to the Football Terrace. You know what I'm saying? Go become a member. All your membership perks are here for you. And then last but not least, go share this out to all them charlatans not catching the vibes right now. It's Midnight Vibes, the best place to be on a Thursday morning / Wednesday night, whatever you want to call it. You need to be here. And our super chats are coming in already. You know what I'm saying? Our guy Fartor, the best law attorney for Timo Werner I've ever seen in my life, says, this might sound crazy, but if England struggle to break that Germany defense until the 70th minute, it's written in the stars that my client Timo comes off the bench and scores the winner, or just scores in general. Oh, listen, if your client does that, bro, you legit are the best lawyer in the world, because he should be in jail for the crimes against football that he's been committing this season. It's just the reason why it is. We're going to give you a Vibes FC update before we go. A lot of you are asking where Kendall is. And Kendall is currently not well. If you've been on her Twitter, you've heard her voice notes. She sent one into the group chat earlier, and as much as it was funny, it's also, she's not feeling good at all. Her voice is completely gone. So Kendall is resting up. And also, we are retiring our first shirt number at Vibes FC. Due to commitments outside of obviously a streaming, B will no longer be part of the team. She can no longer commit to the show. She's got a load of exams going on for her work, and she just wants to focus on that. And you know what? Yeah, big up to B, because she's one of the OGs of the show. She's been here from the start, and she's made sacrifices to come on and be with us because she's got a lot of things going on. So big up to her, and everyone here at Vibes FC, wish her the best of luck on the auto exams, and hopefully she passes them and ends up getting the career path that she wants. So yeah, one round of applause for B, our resident goal digger. And I know that she'll do absolutely great and absolutely smash her exam. So yeah, guys, in the comments, in the live chat, please leave B some nice encouraging messages. I'm sure when she watches this back, she would really appreciate that. So yeah, retired but never forgotten. B will always be part of Vibes FC. You might see her around again one day in a testimonial. You know what I'm saying? But if B was, what shirt number should we give B? I never gave her one. I haven't given you guys shirt numbers yet. You know what? Yeah, B can have number 8 because she's great in that. You know what I'm saying? That the number 8 shirt is now retired from Vibes FC. But hey, I digress. But yeah, big up B in that. Guys, thank you so much in the comments for showing her appreciation. You know what? Yeah, to appreciate it even more, smash that like button for us. You know what I'm saying? Smash the like button, and just to annoy her because she doesn't like this, go and tweet her at Bucky_Beatrice and just send her "We will miss you" from Vibes FC. Just do that. Just do that.
She'll love it.
She would definitely might give me a text saying, "Why would you tell people to do that?" And it's like, hey, they just love you, innit? So that ain't my issue. But yes, but we need to get into the football. But before we do that, we need to add one of the guests making his full debut on Midnight Vibes. You know what, yeah? This is mad. This man, yeah, he told me this, and I believe him, because why wouldn't I? He's a very honest man. One of the most grounded, down-to-earth Liverpool fans I've ever met in my life. And he's just a fantastic dude, you know what I mean? Like, I don't see... If you got issue with him, that you are the issue, fam. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no reasons why you have issue with this guy. But he watched Midnight Vibes from the beginning. Like, ever since episode 1, he's been watching, and it's been absolutely mad, the fact that now that he's here making his debut, and this is what Vibes FC is about, people making their debuts and having a good time. So let's give it up for the only Scotsman that I feel bad for. Sorry, Uncle Bobs. I apologize, Uncle Bobs. He was giving hella smoke, so I'm kind of glad you man got knocked out. But the only Scotsman I feel bad for, man like Conroy is here, my guy. Thank you for joining with us. How are you doing?
Good, mate. Pleasure to be here. I know you probably think I'm lying, but I'm telling you, I watched the first episode. It was a Sunday night. I was doing my iron for work the next day. I was like, oh, what's this thing happening? Terrace new show. There you go. And genuinely, mate, no, pleasure to be here. Actually, I was saying to my partner here, I was like, I'm kind of buzzing to be on, but genuinely, mate, it's a pleasure to be here. And thanks for a bit of the sympathy with Scotland, because in my head, I've had Patrick Schick score from 50 yards against us. Then Luka Modric do that yesterday, and then it's like John McGinn missing from 2 yards out. So it's been a somber day, but you know what? Cracking games of football tonight. To be fair, that kind of took my mind off it, and got to be honest, I know we're going to get into it, but I feel like the Germany debate's interesting because the predictability of this tournament's kind of went out the window. I did not think the Germans would do that tonight, and they got really lucky. David, Golaski's saving that shot. It takes a deflection just before it, and that's how it goes in. So it'd be very interesting debate. But thanks for having me on, KJ. Pleasure to be here.
No problem, man. And at least you can take Billy Gilmore's Man of the Match home with you. Man of
the Match award, a goal to celebrate, and a draw at Wembley. It could be worse. And we're only like the 4th worst team in it, because I'd done the maths earlier. Like North Macedonia, Poland had a point, and Turkey had 0 points. Oh, you know what? We're doing okay. I think we're the 3rd worst team in it, so we've actually done one ahead.
Yeah,
so
you've done well, man. You've done well. Yeah, right. Respect to that.
No.
But yet, I thought we will again. I think we've like crapped on Turkey like every episode, so I want to try not to. But
No, but it's
flipping-
deserved though.
No,
It's
no,
deserved.
James
Yeah.
been really sound. James been really sound with Scotland, so I'm not going to have a go at Turkey.
Mm.
James been really sound with
Yeah,
Scotland.
fair enough, fair enough. Right, guys, you know what it is. Smash the like button for our guy Convoy, fam. You know what I'm saying? The best Scottish Liverpool fan you would ever meet in your life. Before we move on, we have to do this. I didn't forget this time in the
I
absence
was
of
about
Max
to.
Kendall. Listen, I didn't forget this time. Debut show question. The show question and Convoy. It is this.
I know what it is.
What would you rather win? The World Cup or the Champions League?
Champions League. Easy answer. Yeah. Geographically dictates how if you win an international trophy. Talent dictates if you win the Champions League. That's the way I see it anyway.
Okay.
Goran Pandev is never going to win the World Cup, is he? And he's a great player, but he plays for Macedonia. Andy Robertson's probably one of the best left backs in the world, but he's never going to win the World Cup. So I just think Champions League's all about talent. So that's, for me anyway, everyone's different.
Oh, you know what? That's actually a sound argument, to be fair. Like, that's pretty cool. Like, it's more about how your club accumulates talent in terms of how does a country just get born with the best, with the best players to go and win the tournament. That's actually pretty cool. I rate that. So
Luka Modric is a good example, KG. That like Luka Modric, Croatia, like getting to a World Cup final is like winning a World Cup for like a nation the size of Croatia. And Luka Modric, I think, was a refugee. So for him to win 4 Champions Leagues and stuff, I feel like that's just talent. There's R9, probably one of the best technical players ever, but he was in a great Brazilian team as well. So sometimes it's difficult.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it. But each to their own.
No, that's fair enough. The score is actually currently World Cup 6, Champions League 4. So it's actually a lot closer than we thought it might be, because the World Cup got.
Can I just say, finally, non-North London club.
Yeah, I was going to say, first North London, but not to vote.
Maybe that's because I'm Scottish though, because I know we're never winning the World Cup. So
The
only
thing that we got in common is the North of something. So North was still winning. The North was still winning. But yeah, man, we love to see it. Right. Okay. So the way this episode is going to work, it's going to be kind of a bit different because of the group stages are done. We're doing a group stage review with match chat in between. You guys know how it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, guys, we're going to go, and there's only one place to start. We have to start with today. We have to start with today's group. And the most insane scenes I think we've seen in a while from a tournament, which is Group F. It was dubbed the Group of Death for a reason, and it did not disappoint. Germany and Hungary drew 2-2. And then France and Portugal also drew 2-2. And everyone was shifting positions. You had Germany at the bottom for a while. You had Hungary up there. You had Portugal in first. Like, everyone was just moving around. And this is how we ended up. Before we're going to talk about the group and what we predicted and how we feel, the games, though. David, Germany fan, Hungary took the lead twice. As a Germany fan watching that, what was the vibes like?
Just exposes how much of an old man Hummels is. My guy can't move. Like, the first goal, the ball gets whipped in from so deep, and most other centre backs would be able to just shift their body weight and move back, but he is just so slow. Like, it's actually really bad, and he just can't get there. And that Schlashly guy for Hungary, Burnley, go pick him up. Honestly, he's a prime.
It's a brilliant header. Yeah.
It's a great header. I think Neuer maybe could do better, but it's a great header.
No, that header reminded me of Cavani against Spurs. Like, that was just
but he got Neuer got his hand to it, and then you're like, he probably should. And then, but it's a very good header. Then Havertz gets back into the game. You know, again, it's a bit lucky, but we move, and then the strangest kickoff goal I think I've ever seen in my life. Literally, I was watching it in like it wasn't a pub, but it was like a place in Wales where you can go and watch the games. And like, they scored, and everyone can obviously see I'm in a Germany shirt, and I'm holding the badge like, yes, we've got a goal back, we're going through. And then literally, because it's still on the goal that's just been scored, they go down the other end and score, and I'm just getting laughed at by everyone. It was so embarrassing. But like, luckily, at the end, it came back to 2-2. So, who laughs loudest. But
Yeah, but it's Hungary, David. It is Hungary.
It was very
Messi laughs loudest, bruv. Why are you laughing?
Hey, we got through in
it.
it. We got through. Allow it. We made it through to the round of 16 to play England. So I have to drop the "we" tag now, unfortunately. But Germany made it.
I don't have to drop the tag. I'll be saying "we" on Tuesday. Don't worry.
Germany made it through. So like, yeah, they probably should have beat. They beat Hungary. I would have seen them back. You know, the thing is, I was watching the games because it was France-Portugal, because that was obviously the bigger game. I can only chime in and out. And I was watching the games. I was looking at the table thinking, who would I rather watch, Mbappe or Ronaldo? Then there's a point when I was watching Mbappe. Then there's a point where I'm watching Ronaldo, and I've ended up watching Germany, which is cool, but it was the one game I didn't want. Honestly, I don't.
Yeah, it was a very mad game. Lambs. As a neutral, do you feel for Hungary in this because they were given no hope in this group? They got two draws, scored 3 goals. Like they actually and almost made it through the group. How do you feel for them?
I really, really do, because do you know the one thing I really love about Hungary is nobody gave them a chance when they got put in this group, and you saw what happened when they scored the opening goal against France, and like their goal celebration was absolutely mad. It was mental. It was, and then tonight was or last night was no different. I think when they scored their first goal, oh my goodness, and what a goal, by the way, I have to say. Maybe Neuer could have done better, but I think it's that bounce that sometimes takes it away from the goalkeeper. But I have to say, when they scored that goal, I think they were there jumping in the stands, jumping with the cameras and microphones and whatever. And it was just brilliant to see. This is why we love the game. It's so heartbreaking, but I think that's what it comes down to, like moments of quality from brilliant players. And that's what, Portugal, France and Germany had, which unfortunately Hungary just kind of don't have. But big ups to them, great spirit.
Yeah, man, they were great. We got a super chat here from our guy Jerome. He says, worst German team I've seen, and Leroy Sane is a disgrace. I was fuming at his performance, and they needed a 18-year-old kid to save them. Who came on?
Maslara, the English was German English.
Oh, Maslara, he actually came on and got minutes. Respect.
Yeah, but he passed the ball across.
Yeah.
But Leroy, he was so bad. He was so bad. And there was one point we're on the attack. Germany were on the attack, and he passed it backwards. And it went from Germany having being at the goal to being back at the halfway line. And I was just like, what is he doing? And there's one point he chased back and he fell on the ground and handballed it on the edge of the box, and they nearly scored from the free kick.
What?
My head was so angry.
What's happened to Sane? What's happened to Sane? Because he is a shadow of the young explosive player that we saw at Man City. He's gone to Bayern Munich, and he hasn't had a terrible season in terms of numbers. It's like he had decent numbers, but you still expected more from him, and especially because he's now got the number 10 shirt. At Bayern Munich and taking it off Robin, so he's got big shoes to fill, and he's not really doing that right now.
Now I think he's just gone. I don't know whether Pep knew this was coming. That's all I can think about. Because Pep doesn't really let his talent go, but he was kind of not even bothered that Sane's leaving and going to Bayern Munich, and he was actually pushing him on towards that. So I think the injuries have really taken a toll on him, because when you're an explosive, pacey player or rely on pace, I'm not saying he's not got skill or flair, but the pace is what really gets him out of situations, and he's not got that. I don't know whether you know what it is. Sometimes some players come in and they have that psychological blockade that, because of an injury. I don't know if it's that, but man, he was exciting to watch, man. Even when he was in the Bundesliga before he came to Man City, he was a really exciting prospect. Hopefully, I hope it's just a blip, and maybe it's just a system not suiting him and the way that he wants to play. Maybe he's not allowed to express himself the way he wants to. But man, Germany are a weird team in general. I think.
Yeah. Ain't like Sane playing for when he plays for Bayern Munich? Can he be predominantly being on the right hand side, which is very straight. Like we're not used to seeing him do that. And
I don't think that's his game. I think there's too many inverted wingers. Like I think I might be wrong. It might be the injuries, but he's not a right winger. He's not a Mahrez. He's not. I'm not saying he can't be intelligent enough, but I'm coming from a Liverpool perspective. We say he's a prospect. This is how downhill Sane's went. He wasn't a prospect 2 years ago. It was Manchester City against Liverpool to win the title, and he was one of the best players on the park. So I do not know what's happened to him. But for me, he's just a left winger. He doesn't have to complicate it, and maybe it's because injuries he has to be smarter. But I just feel like that guy had the potential to go right to the top. Like I'm talking Mbappe level, and I don't know what's happened to him. It must be injuries. I think it's injuries. It's the only thing.
It could be injuries. It could be. I don't want to say ego, but it could be the fact that maybe he feels like he's made it. He's got his move to the biggest club in Germany. He's got the 10 shirt. Everything at the time was going for him. He's like, yep, I'm cool. And maybe he's just take his foot off the gas because maybe he thought he's now in a different place than he actually is. But we're going to go to a super chat, then look at the table once again. And so the TAAVFC says, thoughts on the standard of refereeing at the Euros. I think, to be fair, it's been pretty good. I know it's mad. It started off really well, and then slowly but surely it's just creeping into Premier League level of refereeing. Like the penalty, like some of the decisions have been shocking recently in the last few games.
The only two decisions I can think of that are really bad is the Czech Republic penalty.
Yeah, that was bad. That was poor.
And then the penalty tonight for France.
Yeah, was it for Spain?
No, France for the France.
No, France, because like literally it's not a foul, but it was given and VAR can't overturn it. So
you know the other one, England and Czech Republic. The man was like everything go. He was just like
literally.
No, but that's Taylor. I think the tournament's been like that
because he's done it for both sides. It's like in this one particular game, if that's not a foul, then it's not a foul for anyone.
Yeah,
and that's then inconsistency.
Didn't someone not get a pen when it was definitely a penalty or free kick? I forgot what game was it. It was like that was a free. It was a free kick. Like it was a blatant free kick, and they just didn't give it. And I was just like,
that was Saka yesterday. Saka yesterday on the edge.
Yeah. Saka yesterday.
That's
a blatant free kick, bro. Like what's going on? But yeah, the refereeing is been the VAR has been great.
I'd say 8 out of 10. I think it's been far too harsh. If a team plays the way the refs have been, this would be saying they've been unbelievable. I think we're far too strict. Players don't have to be perfect. I'd say the refs have been amazing. I think it's the best refereeing I've seen ever. I think the standard's been great. I think they've told the English referees specifically it's about excessive force. It's not a non-contact sport, so don't give everything as a foul. And I feel like it's getting played like football. Like I watched that tonight, the Mbappe one. That's embarrassing. Like it's a contact sport. And see when people say that. I hate when people say like someone breaks their leg and it's a contact sport. Like I'm not being dramatic. Like it's a contact sport. It's excessive force. And sometimes before the tournament, it's been horrendous. But I've got to be honest. After every game, they've like to me, if you watch Anthony Taylor or Michael Oliver, it's like they've been told it's not about a touch and a foul. It's got to be a proper foul. And I've been really impressed.
I prefer it. I'm not gonna. I do like it because the games have been flowing. I'm a little bit better and. I hate, like anything that happens, and they just give it. It just ruins it.
Especially defenders when they go. Defenders dive every week as well.
It is to not see lines.
They said about the VAR decisions have been excellent. They've been really on point. It's usually kind of like even when something's given, like sometimes when the referees actually go back and look at the monitor and VAR checks it, like the actual correct decision ends up being made. So some goals that may have been given slightly offside, or the VAR might have like adjusted it to make it like onside when really it was kind of offside.
Like the
offside goal, like no matter how great it is, they've timed it correctly, and the decision's been quick. You're not like sitting there for 3 or 4.
Benzema one was really good example of that tonight. I thought that was a great goal, great ball by Pogba, and it stands quick.
Like that. You know when they say, okay, so they've been telling the refs to leave the flag down. But my man, like literally, as soon as they scored,
he started laughing as well.
Literally, he's just like, bro, what are you doing, fam? You literally, I could tell my man blinked. He blinked at the same time that ball was played. He was like, crap. I have no idea what the hell just happened. See what I mean? And just put the flag up. But we're moving away from the refs. We're going to continue with Group F. Listen, that game, was mad. And to be fair, normally when it comes to these big games, we normally expect it to actually be deader than it actually is, like, because there's a lot of hype, a lot of build up, and it turns out to be a 1-0 or a 1-1. But this game, France and Portugal, was amazing because you saw one quality team and a quality team managed by a fraud. My Santos agenda is still running. That is still up and running, by the way. Just letting everyone know. But yeah, you saw two quality teams go up against each other and match each other toe for toe. You saw brilliant performances from Paul Pogba, Cristiano Ronaldo doing what he does, Kante running around everywhere, like legit, like great football. It reminds me of the Spain Portugal game from the World Cup, like that level of just two teams going at each other, and it ended up moving the group around so much to the fact that Portugal actually finished third in the group. Like that's how mad this whole game week was. And I just want to get your thoughts on the game. France and Portugal. How did you find it?
I think, you know what? It was two talented sides just going at it, and that's the fun thing. You know, one team could have easily just said, you know what, we're just going to sit back and not even try. But I think obviously when you've got Ronaldo on your team, he's not going to let that happen. He's not going to let you sit back and park the bus. He's going to be like, nah, we're going for this game. We want to score goals. And then you've got France who are the same. Because the thing is, France was safe before this game. They were pretty much qualified. They would have, and I think they already qualified. So they could have just sat back and gone very defensive or completely rotated their team. Yes, there were a few rotations, but it was a fascinating game. And I'm sure everyone's been at each of these positions at some point. I think someone was first, and then France obviously coming back. They've come, and it's like it was just, man. I was looking at the table and I was like, yes, we're gonna play Hungary, and I was like, oh, for fuck's sakes, I've jinxed it. I was like, no.
Nah, that's mad. Literally, the fact that there was a moment where England could have played Hungary, I actually rather play Germany, because imagine.
Yeah, at work we were joking. We were like, "Oh yeah, watch how we get Hungary. Watch how they some."
No, you still beat Hungary. I don't
think we'd lose. I don't think we'd lose. But you know how frustrating that game will be. Yeah, man. Like
that's another Southgate. Let's play 2 DMs, 5 at the back.
Listen. Like if Southgate comes out and plays, okay, we'll save this part till later when we talk about England and Germany, but. Southgate is probably better suited to this game than he is against the Hungary team. I'm just going to say. Also, 109 international goals for Cristiano Ronaldo. That's flipping insane. Like, you do know the England record is what, 52, 54?
Yeah.
That's tied now. That's tied with the record now. I think that's tied now.
Yeah, like he's doubled England's goal scoring record.
It's Ronaldo, isn't it?
Wait, whose ends was that? Whose ends?
No, it's mine. It's mine.
Oh, who's getting picked up? You know,
mine. The way it's like, I was watching it and I was just sat there thinking, this guy's a freaking alien. The way he jumps in the air is not natural for a guy that height. It's not. It's ridiculous.
And of his age as well. The man's 36?
Did you see his little ballerina spin celebration? Mad.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, listen, that's the weight. Oh, yeah, that Sue, yeah. The Sue is now one of the most iconic football celebrations ever. Do you hear the fans every time he does it? Literally, he doesn't even have to say anything. All you hear is Sue right from the crowd and that. I'm just
but again, doing that today was fair enough because it was France. Doing it against Hungary, I lose respect. Like, it's
no, respect. You know he's going to do it.
Bro, it's Hungary.
Wait, he was Sue against Marine, bro. Like he would, he would, bro. Like Vinicius, we were talking about the celebration he did. Ronaldo would drop a massive Sue on Marine's head, and he wouldn't care. It's ridiculous, bro.
100%.
But yeah, he is.
He celebrates the 4th goal of Champions League finals. That's already secured it.
like it was man of the match.
Listen,
Di Maria have just won the Champions League.
Did he take off his shirt? I swear to God.
Yeah, he did.
Di Maria got man of the match. Unbelievable. And then, it's okay.
Yeah. I love Ronnie. I'll always love Ronnie.
I think as a specimen, right? As a specimen, he is like, we're not getting into the debate, but as a specimen, you're probably like, if you could create like an ideal footballer, it's Cristiano Ronaldo. And I think that's why he hates Lionel Messi, because he should be the perfect footballer. And you've got this 4'0" guy. I'm not going to get into it, but just a genius of football.
Well, the thing is, it's like you've got someone who's made in the lab and someone that was basically created in heaven and then brought down by the football gods. Legit, like he is like what these two are absolutely insane. Like they shouldn't exist. I'm actually starting to believe they're actually not real, and we've all been tricked. We've all been brainwashed to think they're actually real. They're not real. Like literally, those two people are like Steve and Bob, but we think it's Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi because it's just fake. Like it shouldn't exist.
I mean, you know what? Yeah, I did actually used to think people controlled these guys when I was younger. So you know,
I always thought element of match fixing. Let's get Ronaldo, Messi, 100 goals. Let's do it this year. Come on, everyone, part ways.
Before the game kicked off, like you heard them talking about kind of like where he was like kind of molded and where he became like a household name, obviously in Manchester United, and even the way they're talking about him, like his mentality, his work ethic, like they're shocked because it's not human, it's inhuman, it's above human.
Yeah, legit.
The last one out, the kind of craziness he used to do is. Yeah. You're right, KJ. They're not human. They're not human.
He must be gutted. Yeah, he must be gutted. He's born when he's born Cristiano Ronaldo. He must.
Imagine being the best player in the world, and you also got Messi with you, also being the best player. Like it's like Maradona, hands down, probably like the best player of his generation.
See, it's Messi. I think it's Messi for me. 100% Messi. I think
you missed that season.
You never got that question.
I just think Messi's. I'm not going to get into it. I just think he's a. No one sees the game like Lionel Messi. Like I think he's got like 205 assists, the most assists in the last decade by a player, and the most goals. Like for a guy who's 4'0", he's just
that's absolutely insane,
unbelievable. I think Ronaldo's maybe better than Maradona. I've said that before. I think Cristiano Ronaldo has done more than Maradona. Like, but we're not getting to that. But I feel like people do discount CR7 sometimes in the grander scheme. But I just think Messi is just that alien.
Yeah, he's mad. He's like you got to hear the artist was the machine. You've got a lab rat versus a demigod. That's basically the way to explain it, because it's literally there's no more words that we can say about these two. Also, we've got our guy Jeremiah with the massive "Sue" in the comments there. You know what I'm saying? Like the best, one of the most iconic football celebrations known to man. But here is the final standing for Group F, and that order is not really surprising. Maybe you would have replaced Portugal and Germany, but what is surprising is the amount of points each team has. And big up to Hungary for going down fighting. They said that we're gonna come here and just ruin people's day. So just ruin it, like ruin what everyone thinks should happen. So big up to Hungary, and well done to the three other teams going through. Right, we're gonna move on to the next group, guys. Smash the like button for me. You know what it is. Smash the like button. Shout out to all the charlatans who are not watching. And remember to subscribe to the Football Terrace. Going on now, we're going to talk about the home nation that is let England, because just England by itself is boring. So let England topping their group with 7 points, 2 wins and a draw against the mighty Scotland who finished last. Just want to put that out there.
Could have been 0 points, but it was 1 point because you couldn't beat us. So that's all I'm saying. No, I'm joking. I'm only kidding.
But yeah, so Group D, last day of the tournament. Let's talk about Scotland first. Conroy, your boys had a chance. There was still hope for you guys to go through. You had to beat Croatia, and you put up the fight. You did the best you can, but couldn't get over the line. As a Scotland fan, how did you feel about the performance and how your tournament's gone overall for Scotland?
See, the thing is, KG, I think, like, I'm sure, like, I've not been to many tournaments, but see, so watching England, you get quite emotional, and because you do shows like this, it's sometimes hard to analyse it when you're watching it live, especially because you hate every player on the ball because you're fuming because they've done the wrong thing. But apart from Billy, obviously, no, but what happened was I was a bit emotional last night during the game, and I'll be perfectly honest. Croatia were the better team, played well, dominated. But the way it kind of worked was the most Scotland thing ever, because we actually get back in the game. Then Croatia have a great chance. The guy misses it, keeper saves it. And in the 58th minute, Scotland, ball in the box, John McGinn's 2 yards out. If we score that, it's 2-1 with 30 minutes to go. There's a chance there. There's a real chance. But then Luka Modric does that 2 seconds later. There was errors. I'm not going to say it was perfect defending. But to be honest, that when you break it down, and I watched the video earlier, Brozovic, Kovacic, Luka Modric, that's a Champions League winner, a Serie A winner, and then just Modric, Ballon d'Or, just amazing. And it's like they don't really need a good striker when you got that midfield, especially against Scotland, because there's too much chances. And to be honest, mate, it was the Czech Republic game when we analyse it. That's the one that killed us, because if we beat Czech Republic and then we got the point at Wembley, and I think we could have done that. We missed a lot of chances. Overall, guys, not to bore you on us, I think Scotland had about 40 shots and we scored 1 goal. Now, these weren't all shots from 30 yards. These were chances as well.
Yeah, that's magic, though. I didn't realise that.
It might have been, between 35 and 40, but that finishing is not good enough. And I feel like with Che Adams, there's positive for Scotland, because we can look at this, build the team around Billy Gilmour, who is honestly going to be one of the best midfielders in the world. I think most Chelsea fans will agree. He's working next to Jorginho and Kante, and he'll be built to have protection around him as well. So if you watch Jorginho right now, Jorginho has probably been one of the best midfielders in the World Cup, just to play that system, and Gilmour's amazing. So we've got a young squad. Our oldest player, be it who's not can't change, is probably Andy Robertson, who's 27. There is older players, but it's not that we can't replace them, if you know what I mean. So you've got Kieran Tierney, Andy Robertson, Billy Gilmour, Nathan Patterson, even our Che Adams, I think, is 24 as well. Dykes, no, but you know what? You laugh, David, but Dykes does a job in certain games. Like, see, against England, that does a job, because guys like Luke Shaw are not. Luke Shaw's not up for that battle straight away. First minute, knee in the back. I'd be more disappointed with England players not being up for England versus Scotland. There's maybe a psychological problem there, but there is stuff there we can work on. So there is plenty of positives, mate. But it was the Czech Republic game that killed us. I think we had. You watched that game, even yourself, the amount of chances we missed. And it's one of them. We need to do better.
Do you think that he should have started Billy Gilmour in that game and Che Adams in that game against Czech Republic, that being like the first game of the tournament?
100%. I think definitely Adams. The only reason I'd say not Gilmour was I was saying, I'd done a stream before, I was saying start Billy Gilmour. But see, if he didn't start him, I could understand that one. But the Adams one was weird, because Adams had actually played, I think, the qualifier in the 2 friendlies before. The only thinking in my head was we'd played Czech Republic about a year before at Hampden and won 1-0, and it was Fraser behind Dykes, so he used Christie behind Dykes in this match. I don't know if he was thinking that, but to be honest, I think we should have just went both, because Adams is a different level. I know he's maybe not a prolific striker, but you can tell he plays in the Premier League every week. Just his touch, his movement. So I think that was what let us down. And hindsight's amazing, isn't it? But just we can take a lot from it. But I've got to be honest. I'm not going to say we should have done better. We should have been clinical. And hopefully by the World Cup, we've got a chance. We're back in September. I think Austria and Denmark's in my group. I think we can get results from that. And if we can. We need to just keep this going. We can't wait another 23 years. I saw Andy Robertson's post today. I thought that was well said. It's basically saying we need to push on from here. So hopefully we can. But overall, I think finishing.
You want to hope for the trajectory that Wales has kind of got, where they've built and built and built. They went to one tournament and did really madly well. Madly's not even the word, but anyway, they did so well, and they've been able. They didn't obviously make it to the World Cup, but obviously that's a harder task, because less teams can qualify that from Europe. But they've gone on to the Euros again, and they've made it out the group stages again. So maybe the next step for Scotland is to make out the group stage. And when I take my rivalry hat off and I just look at it properly, you've got a good setup there. You've got some good players. You've got to be fair, Steve Clarke ain't the greatest manager in the world, but he's got you guys playing some good football.
Against England, KG, brilliant. But then sometimes it was too long ball yesterday. We're better than that. We can mix up. Like England, we showed that, and I feel like you're absolutely right, mate. And I think it's just we need to we need to show that. We're brave against England, but we played Czech Republic or Croatia last night, and it was like that was the problem. It's just finding that balance. But I think you're right, mate. I feel like I looked at Sweden, and everyone's talking about Isaac like right now, but if you actually look at Sweden's squad, I'd say we've got players like a Forsberg who's like at that level, if you know what I mean, and they seem to do well. There's other countries out with the home nations who do well by certain tactics and playing to their strengths. So hopefully it's a learning curve. We can take it in. I think Steve Clarke will get the chance for the World Cup qualifiers, and then after that, if it's not working, we've got a good enough squad now, KJ, to actually say no, we need a manager who's going to take us forward. So we'll see how he gets on World. There was a few fans to say get Clarke out this morning, which I thought was completely reactionary because he's done well to get us there. But we'll see how we develop in the next couple of months. But it's one to watch anyway.
Yeah, that's fair enough. And that's what we say about Scotland. And on Croatia, though, they start off slowly against England, but they end up finishing second, even after a loss and a draw, which is very mad. This is what about tournament football just changes real quick. And Luka Modric, that goal is
disgusting.
It's not the first time he's done it. He's done it a few passes like that in the game as well. Like
so he did passes like that, and then he was finding his shooting range in the game as well because he forces some good saves out of Marshall. So the fact that he decided, actually, outside the box, outside the boot, I'm just gonna do it. It's just different.
Again, I said it after Patrick Schick. David Marshall has kids. It's so.
Can't do much about that, David. Come
on.
What
I'm saying is that like it's so peak because he's conceded 2 absolute worldies that you can't do anything about. And he's just been memed. He's being memed left, right, and centre. And I feel bad for him. His kids will go to school and they'll be like, "That's your dad, isn't it?" And it's like,
wait, but there's a goal. Oh, there's a goalkeeper like that in the Premier League. I forgot who he is.
What, Kepa? You can see screamers.
Kepa's one of them, but there's another one where it's literally.
Wait, it's the Crystal Palace goalkeeper. It's the Crystal Palace goalkeeper.
Is it Guaita?
No, it's
Ramsdale. It's not Ramsdale.
Yeah, it was Hennessy. That was Hennessy.
Yes.
Yeah, Hennessy went for a season where all the bangers and Sigurd were just against him. I was like,
Joe Hart as well. Joe Hart of the season because Crouch's goal went against Rooney's overhead kick as well.
Yeah.
But I feel so. Marshall's a Scottish legend. At the end of the day, he saved a penalty that got us to the first
game. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he got that hero card on FIFA, that beautiful purple.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Scotland, just want to highlight reels in it. Like they were showing the Gaza goal leading up to England. Now every time they play Croatia, it's going to be the Modric goal. If they ever play Czech Republic, it's now going to be the Schlick goal. They're just going to be full of misery, you know.
I know, mate, but it's also the Mandzukic goal for Croatia as well, mate, because that was a World Cup semi-final. So
listen. He knows what
Scotland had 42 shots on goal, but unfortunately,
was that right?
42 shots. But unfortunately, they couldn't boogie.
Unfortunately,
don't you worry. That song will be coming out again. But I'm patient. I've got the receipts. I've got all the receipts. Don't you worry.
Convoy is ready. Convoy is ready.
No. All joking aside.
We're going to talk about the other home nation, the one that everyone loves to hate. It's kind of like David. England and David are basically the same thing. But yeah, England ended up winning 1-0 against Czech Republic. It's one of those weird games where like, you're happy that we won. We got the job done, but you wanted England to kind of put down a marker and say, actually, you got teams winning 3-0 here. You got Spain winning 5-0, which we'll talk about later. But yeah, you got teams showing that actually we're looking serious about winning this competition. And it was a game to do that. England scored early, and you think, actually, if you go for it, you weather the storm a bit, go for it again, you get 2 or 3. And then Southgate being Southgate does a Southgate, and he's just like, he did enough Southgate just does enough to get us over to get us over the line. And I think as England fans, we're getting to a point where we want more. Are we a bit too much?
No.
More or what?
I'm sorry, we scored 2 goals in 3 games. 2 goals in 3 games in that group. Let me put it like this: there are 24 teams in the whole competition. Only 2 teams have had less shots than us. That's Finland and Hungary. We've got 22. 22 shots on goal in 3 games. 21 other teams have more shots on goal.
I mean, it doesn't help that a striker wants to play as a centre back in it. It really doesn't. That man is a quarterback. I don't know what he's doing. The guy doesn't know. Look, I'm gonna say it now. I don't really care. Drop him. Drop Kane. You know what? He's already dropping back anyway. So just drop him.
Listen. I said this on stream yesterday. What would you do with Harry Kane? I said drop him, and they're like, "Oh, but for who?" I said Raheem Sterling false 9, and I'm not called mad.
I can't have Sterling false 9. I'm sorry. Like I understand what you're trying to do, KJ, but Sterling's not that guy. He's not.
No. Listen, we need someone to do it because Harry Kane, and yes, he is our best player in terms of overall footballer. I feel like he's got goals, he's got assists, and this season that he's had, he's been England's best player. No, hands down. But
we need to just deep that Sterling is our top goal scorer at the moment. That is
Sterling's
this is what I'm saying.
No, he's not
He's the only one.
Goal scorer.
He's the only one, and this is what I'm saying.
And Harry Maguire have the same number of goals, and it's 0.
Listen. But this is what I'm saying. Why have a guy here that's not doing nothing but backing up into Mandem like he's a twerkazette and dropping deep, bro? Like, what is the point? Harry Kane looks slow.
You know what? I let it off. I was like, fine, he's not getting any service. I was like, fine, he's the team behind him. Okay, because Tans was really, really bothered by the fact I was saying this. And you know what? Yeah. Now I'm gonna say you had Grealish and Saka, and you still wanted to be a quarterback. Now fuck off to the NFL. I know you like it. Go fucking play in the NFL, man. I'm sick of it now because this guy's pissing me off. He doesn't need to be there. Oh, he's had a good season for Spurs. Are we Spurs? We're not bottle jobs. We don't want to be bottle jobs. I told you, less Spurs players, the better.
Mason Mount falls 9. Unfortunately, though.
Listen,
Would not be the logical shout for false 9.
We also have
He's the only one who's actually plays false 9. You know, I know Sterling has sometimes, but Foden's a false 9. But see, to be honest, you should have took Patrick Bamford. That's your own fault for taking Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
And I would have taken Ollie Watkins, to be honest.
Yeah, Watkins, Danny Ings. Danny Ings, bro.
Snobbery, English snobbery. Patrick Bamford's got 17 goals and 7 assists, right? Out his skin, and you don't take him for it. And then people say you can't play Calvert-Lewin because he's a header merchant. We'll take the one player who plays like Harry Kane, which is Patrick Bamford. But yet again,
you know what's mad, yeah? If he wasn't injured, and I know I said he shouldn't go, but Greenwood actually would have started in the Euros if he had actually went because.
Look at Kane. Yeah, anyone would start.
But why should Greenwood start over Bamford? Again, it's because he plays for United. He plays for Leeds United, just got promoted, and he had that season. I'm sorry,
I think it's good that Greenwood's one of the best finishers you probably ever seen in your life.
Again, it's not even about Greenwood. It's not even about Greenwood. My only problem with Leeds players is that because they're playing Bielsa football, coming into different systems, I'm not sure how many chances they get because they create a lot of chances for Bamford, and he does miss quite a lot as well. So it's the same thing I said about Lewandowski, and everyone was like, "Oh, Lewandowski." I was like, "Trust me, you'll see. He will miss a couple sitters, and you'll be there like." What the hell?
And he did.
I said you'll be there. Like, what is he doing? But like, because Bayern give him so many chances, he scores so many goals. So I'm not sure how well he chances over.
I get that, David. But see, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, if Gareth Southgate's chosen him, right, you cannot hesitate. Because I keep hearing fans tell me he's only scored 3 goals with his feet. Well, why is he in the squad then? You've got a massive
you know, Czech Republic would have been the perfect time to experiment with him.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, we should have tried it, but
if we'd beaten Scotland and been guaranteed, actually no, we were guaranteed qualified before the game.
Southgate's a fraud. Get him gone, but yeah, Maguire false 9. I actually want to see that slap head up top, bro. Look at that pace. Look at that pace on the counter, bro. Have you seen those through balls he's been playing?
I mean,
Bateson up front, basically.
So, like, I mean, he might be slightly quicker than Kane. He's slow, fam.
By the way, KJ, I do think Greenwood's very class. I wasn't disputing that. I think he's a top talent, mate.
No, don't worry. I'm always on the Greenwood propaganda. Don't worry.
He's very good. He is very good.
We got a super chat here. Says I'm a 94 baby, and since when I've been talking about the beautiful game, seriously, the top 3 midfielders I've seen are Yaya, Modric, and McTom. Just kidding. Listen, let's not talk about Scott McTominay. But anyway, England. We'll just look at the group one last time for England, because we could talk about them for ages, because it's 4 of our panelists' nation. England topping with 7. You've got Croatia on 4, Czech Republic on 4 as well. Why are they above? Oh, is it goals scored? Is the reason why they're above?
It's head to head. It's head to head.
They drew though,
and then after that it's goals 4. Yeah, after that it's goals 4.
Okay, it's goals 4. Okay, so it's goal 4 is the reason why there's the second. Czech Republic in 3rd, and Scotland unfortunately in 4th. That is again, I think, the order that we picked anyway. For the, like, most people would have picked that order. So it is what it is. All right, scrolling up to obviously Group A was already settled by this point. We talked about it briefly on the last episode, but we'll go over it again. You have Italy on 9 points going through as group winners, conceding 0 goals, scoring 7. That is pretty impressive. The question is, have they peaked? Have they peaked too early? My theory is, I really like this Italy team. I think Roberto Mancini is an excellent manager, and their squad is brilliant. I think it's the closest thing you have to a club team in the tournament, and that's a dangerous proposition. But they haven't been hit yet. Like I feel like if they get punched in the mouth, metaphorically, if they get punched in the mouth and someone scores against them, or maybe outperforms them, they could get shook. I just have this feeling that they could get shook. I'm not too sure. Lambs, Italy, do you think this is the real deal? Or is there a bit of, actually, we need to wait before we actually fully gas them, even though they have been the best team in the tournament so far?
I think I didn't. Do you know what? Before this tournament kicked off, I didn't really actually rate them. Obviously, especially considering what happened in the last international tournament, I still thought maybe they had another, international tournament of like a window to kind of still rebuild. So I thought they might qualify past the group stages, but I still thought they might struggle. And then when they finally came up against a decent opposition, like an opposition where they could actually be tested, then they would finally falter. But I have to say, not scoring any goals, not conceding any goals, scoring 7 goals. And I think even before that, and I think now they've gone 11 games without conceding a goal now. So Mancini has them so well drilled into the system. And like you said, it's not just any like 1 or 2 like star players like shining. It's literally like a team effort. It's very cohesive. They understand each other very well. I still have certain qualms about how they're going to perform. I'd like to see how they perform against, like, obviously a real opposition. Like, they will be tested now in this next game against Belgium, full of some star players, some quality players. But I want to see, I think this is going to be the real first test. But I think there's no denying that they have to be respected. They have to be taken seriously, to be honest, because a team like that, I think they have the best defensive record, and they're still scoring goals and goals as well. And I have to say, I'm going to hold my hands up. I didn't really respect them or rate them, but now they've got my attention, and I'm actually even impressed by Jorginho in this competition. I'm really
wait, everyone, hold it. Lambs is doing some Jorginho and Poppy and flipping out. What is going on here? Remember the last time she was on here talking about Jorginho? She was very drunk and very wild with her statements, which we here at Midnight Vibes do not condone.
I assume you're not his biggest fan then. Not his biggest fan.
No.
He's shaming me right now. He's really.
You remember before? Remember the last year we were talking about fans who hate on their own players. I think it's
Yeah. We'll leave that. We'll leave that discussion for another day. Really.
Stop talking, because the amount of
I don't hate on him.
That is hypocrisy right there.
No, it isn't. No, it's not. Because no. Because I said what I wanted Mason to do. Mason got better at it. And have I been cussing Mason recently? No. However, no matter what Jorginho did, you and Jem, both of you were like, "Oh, he's boring."
Listen, guys, order. This is not a Chelsea stream to argue. This is Midnight Vibes, people. And if you want to do that, if you want to do this, go talk to Anita and do a that Chelsea show and do it there. Anyway, continuing on. with the discussion. A surprise package. Should we really say it's a surprise considering how well they did last tournament? Most people writ them off because maybe it was just a fluke, but Wales have done it again. Gotten past the group stages and actually have a favorable draw, I think, like in terms of they have a chance against Denmark who they're playing. Wales have done it. Conroy, Wales, how well do you think they can go on to do now that they've gotten past the group stage? How good have they performed in the group stage?
I've got to be honest, I've always liked Wales. I don't know if it's a similar small country thing, but the last Euros as well, I thought fantastic. I think a lot of people who don't watch Wales just think it's Ramsey and Bale. But I think there's an argument they've probably got a better squad now. Like the players, like they seem to be gelling. I think Robert Page has done a great job. I mean, the whole Ryan Giggs thing, for him to come in and
we don't speak his name here.
Sorry, to get through the group for changing a manager, he didn't have a lot of time to do that. You've got big names with Ramsey and Bale in there. I thought he's done a great job. I think there's a lot of unity there. I think obviously Gareth Bale loves his country, and you can tell it means something different to him. But see, on the thing is, KJ, it's really interesting to say that because I think Denmark and Wales, whoever gets through that, when you get to a quarter final in this tour, you've got a chance. And I feel like I said this last night. See, like England, we talk about when's the last time England knocked out a team they weren't supposed to knock out. You've got a great chance against Germany. Wales knocked out Belgium. That's a massive coup. That's legendary. So I feel like the team can play solid in a formation, and certain players play well. Joe Allen all seems to get up his game for Wales as well. But when you've got Ramsey and Bale on it with the squad being quite good, I think you've got a chance. I think if they can get by Denmark, and who would they play next? Is it Netherlands or Czech Republic? Is that right? I think.
Yeah. That's
they've got a chance. They've got a chance because especially if, so let's hypothetically say it's Holland, right? The way Wales play against Turkey, I watched the game. I didn't think Wales were going to win. And Bale, masterclass. I think he created 5 chances. I think that's only some countries have only done that. I don't think individuals have done that.
Bale. You know what? Yeah.
Ran the game.
I will say this: Gareth Bale on the wings looks hella stiff. In the number 10 spot, though, I'm just saying, in that pocket in front of the goal,
he can turn it on and off the afterburners there. It's not constant. It's brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Maybe he needs to convert. I'm just saying, convert to number 10. But yeah, man, Wales doing excellent. They're giving them a lot of props. They deserve. Finishing above.
Dan James impressed you? Be honest.
He's impressed me. I thought he's been very good. His end product's been good as well.
You know what, Dan James is a difficult one because he again, like at Man United, he has moments where you're like, Dan James, he's really rapid. But then he has other moments where you're like, Dan James, he's not good, is he? You know what I mean? So that's the thing that's the unfortunate thing about Dan James. Like we saw that he will keep, one thing I will say, he will keep going and going and going. You can't knock him down. He will keep running and keep working for the team. And I respect that so much about him because when you are a player of his stature in terms of in world football, that's the best that's the most you should be doing. You know what I mean? So he puts in 100%. He keeps working hard, and he is an asset. He's an outlet. If you're on a counter attack, he will get you up to the pit from your end of the pitch to theirs in seconds. He's a flipping roadrunner. You know what I mean? He's rapid.
Do you like him in the left wing, KJ? Because I think his crossing his left's got a lot better. He's quite predictable on the right, but I like him there because I feel like he's not as predictable. And I've been really impressed. He's been really good.
Right. The only problem, on the left, that's his best position, clear, like hands down best position. The only thing with Dan James for me is like you still see the flaws and the limitations. He like at the start of that Turkey game, he put in some wonderful crosses for his team, and I was like, okay, cool, this is good. Dan James doing your thing, love it. And then as the game got on, he slowly started to fade, and then when he had the easier
to Harry Wilson,
options of 3 players to finish off the game, he somehow he just does the Dan James and doesn't get the final pass off, and that's where I'm like, man, like come on, like this one I'm just like this one better. Literally, I'm just.
He'll go to Leeds. He'll go to Leeds and he'll be amazing in a year. I can see that happening.
You're probably
He'll Leeds amazingly.
Players. We got super chat. Oh, where did you go? Jesse, I saw your super chat. It's still here. Good. We got super chat here before we continue on. It says, Italy have an awesome mix of experiences with young talent. Tough opposition will push them, maybe even beat them. That being said, they can go. They can probably go up a gear. That's very true. That'll be exciting to see. Also, English fans are still on this Kane better than limiting. All right, listen. Don't worry about that. But yeah, Dan James, I feel like he's a player that would benefit from a fresh start in a lower team, maybe lower Premier League, maybe higher Championship, and just go from there and develop that way. I just don't feel like he can do it for United right now. But I'll give him a 7. I'll give him I'll give him a 7.5 for his performances in the Euros. To be fair to him,
feel like Jack Harrison, KJ. I look at Jack Harrison. He went to Leeds, and I find Jack Harrison's one. Honestly, I think he's very underrated. So I just feel like there's certain moves that can actually, going back the way, you can progress your career. So probably right, mate. He'll probably move on. Team like that.
Yeah, I will. We'll answer that in a moment before we move on to the different groups. I'll just leave that there so I can go back to it. I just quickly go back to the group. Switzerland doing Switzerland stuff, being average, being good one game, not so good. We got our contractual Shaqiri wonder goal in a tournament. Like it has to happen every single time. It's a shame you don't see that for Liverpool, but we won't talk about that. And then we've got again Turkey.
I've seen that clip with Terry. That was brilliant.
Okay. Let me just scroll that.
No, they are the worst team in the competition.
Okay. The worst team in
Scotland
the
have got a point, mate. They've got a point, and Macedonia
have a point. Macedonia not only scored 2 goals, but have 1 better goal difference. They are the worst team.
They scored 1 goal, a very good goal, but 1 goal, and conceded 8. They literally got panned, bruv. Like it's so peak, and like I said before, they were a disgrace to everyone who was supporting Turkey because they came with so much hype. It's just the way that they went out was sad, bruv. But we won't get onto them too much because we've already laid into them. Right, to the super chat though. The super chat was this: favorite and least favorite pundits at the Euros this year. I want to start off with saying I've really enjoyed Emma Hayes. She's excellent. Obviously, I've enjoyed the my TV wife, Alex Scott. She's been phenomenal as per usual. And then I think.
Oh my god!
You know what? Yeah, who's been actually been sick, low key. Nigel De Jong. I like De Jong. He's been sick, and then obviously you've got Micah Richards as well. It's just good vibes. I would love Micah Richards on the show one day. That would be absolutely Micah. If you're watching Midnight Bias, bro, you would just fit in.
Micah Richards be jokes. However, he does need to stop saying before every single game it's going to be a cracker.
Never. It's no every time.
Every time.
Saul's favorite and least favorite pundits.
I'm gonna be honest, like I never like listening to pundits, so I just kind of.
Wait, sorry, Saul. I forgot to say my least favorite. Roy Keane, Graham Souness. Okay, cool. And now next, go on, Saul. As you're saying,
that's the Pogba thing. That's why KJ hates it because Graham's in.
I've also got a problem with him. He's such a sour grape, isn't he?
He's just sour, bro. Listen, Graham. Like, to be fair, the Roy Keane.
He's that grumpy kid that doesn't want your kids playing, outside their houses and that.
No, good. Well, listen, Graham, like Roy Keane. I'm doing that for a bit of banner. He's been. I think he's been fine this year.
He's too controversial. He wants to be controversial all the time. It's like, take a day off, Roy. I want to hear some analysis, mate.
Actually, Genius,
Genius. Genius, bro.
Too harsh on Genius. He's just a nice guy. Come on.
No. He can fuck right off. Honestly, I don't like him one bit.
Yo, like for me, I just think he's a bit bland. And that's his only issue for me. Like,
he's a nice guy. I think he's a nice guy. He
might come up with some things like Owen S, kind of like the team that scores the most goals win the game. It's like
you need to score goals to win a match.
Yeah, it's like, well, thank you for the insight. I never realised that about football ever. But yeah, sourness. Yeah, League One football. I don't care what anyone says. Anyway, David,
League Two footballer, League Two pundit. That's all I'm gonna say about this.
Champions League footballer.
Oh,
League
fam. When
you can swing elbows, barely play football. Cool, innit? Cool.
Wait, fam. When you could do MMA in football, bro, back in the, I would win the Champions
It's when
League.
he does that challenge. He goes, "It's not even a yellow card." He says, if you can go to Galatasaray and put the flag in the middle of the stadium, right? Souness is a bit like you wouldn't square up to Graham Souness, like you would not square up to Graham Souness.
Like, I'll be genuinely honest. I really enjoyed all the pundits in their own kind of way.
Yeah.
Like, even in their bad moments, they've kind of been funny. Like Clive Tildesley, it was in the Netherlands game where it was a replay, and he got so he thought it was another chance. He was like, "Get in!" He was like, "Dumfries in my fantasy team," and it was like,
and I swear, literally, there was one. I think it's the same game. He was commentating on obviously his game in the Netherlands, but then I think it was Denmark scored, or who scored? Someone, no, not Denmark. Sorry,
it would have.
No. It was. I think he was commentating the Belgium game. And Denmark scored, and he was celebrating so hard. Yeah. And I'm, bro, this ain't even the game you're commentating, my brother. Like, what are you doing?
Good old. You know what's funny? Danny Murphy, and the guy goes, Pau Torres, he's such a slow defender. But he's clocked the top speed in La Liga.
I know. But you can't relax doing commentary anymore, though, because everyone's on your case. The winner, I think we can all appreciate. Sorry, David, on you go, mate. Sorry.
I was gonna say Ali McCoy's for me has been probably.
Mate, I was about to say that. He's
Ali McCoy has been
absolutely love. He's the best. He is the best.
He's been. Honestly, you'll crack a joke. You have no idea what's going on half the time, but I love his commentary. It's fantastic. And
Emma Hayes, he simplifies it. He doesn't have big words about it.
I really like Emma Hayes, but sometimes, like, I listen to commentary just so I can relax a bit. Like, every time she talks, it's really in depth, and I think that's such a valuable thing to have. But like, I'm just one of those people where it's for me, I don't always want it.
What's about Emma Hayes? What's about Emma Hayes is this: she's been excellent. Like, she's been so good in her analysis, but I feel like sometimes, like, because she's so monotone, like she's very monotone. She's very much. I speak like this for everything. If someone scores a goal, I will still be talking like this. Like, she's very monotone, so it's hard to get that kind of. It's hard to get that kind of connection in terms of having fun.
Have McCoist and Emma Hayes on a game. That would be like
fire.
Yeah, because McCoist would bring it out of her. And he would still be able to do the technical.
That's what commentary should be. I don't care if you played football, mate. If you can't talk to me and maybe say for the game, give it to someone who can. You don't have to play to talk about a game of football. That annoys me as well.
You know what? Before we go to Lambs and Convoy for the quick favorite and least favorite pundits, so we can get back into the games. Robbie Savage, while he's watching Wales, is so funny.
He's so biased. It's so bad.
I like Savage.
Oh, the way he was celebrating the offside.
He was like, I called it. It was like, it was so clearly offside. Everyone called it, bro. Like,
I know.
Yeah, it was wonderful. And also, it's a disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace that ITV or BBC have not got the best commentator in the game right now in Peter Drury. I don't know what he's doing. He's probably commentating for like BN Sports or
Jim
like
Beglin, Peter Drury, both of them amazing. ITV Sport, Champions League nights when it used to be free, mate. Remember.
Come on, man. The way he gets disrespected in this country is a disgrace. But anyway, Convoy, Lee's favourite and favourite
McCoy, shout out to I actually like Alex Scott, but I've not watched many England games, so I'll shout out. I thought seen the Scotland games when it's been on STV. You probably didn't see it, but Shelley Kerr, she's the women's national team manager. She actually, when my girlfriend graduated, she spoke at that as well. But she's really good actually. Yeah. She's really, obviously, she's a great coach and stuff. She got the Scotland women's team to the last World Cup, and it's like she broke it down quite well because it was after the Czech Republic game. We're all a bit emotional. and she broke that down. Alan McCoist, I think, is just the one. I think the fact that English people have said Alan McCoist, like David said Alan McCoist, I think if that doesn't show you that he's the top one for it all, I don't know.
Yeah. It's definitely the best second seed.
Literally want him on England games. And least favourite, there's a few who annoy me, to be honest. I don't know. I don't say he's not my least favourite. I really rate Rio. But again, it's like Roy Keane. Why did he just say stuff to be controversial? I don't know why he keeps doing that. And it's like, I don't know if that's a punditry thing now because of social media. They try to like be outspoken a bit. But least probably favourite analyst. To be honest, I probably agree with you with the soonest Keane thing. It's just like, I listened to Mourinho on TalkSport for 5 minutes and I learned more about a game. And that's the whole point. You're meant to educate people watching the game. And I sometimes feel like they don't always do that. So that's my only annoyance. But yeah,
that's fair enough. And then Lambs, and we get back to the games.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say, like, the ladies, maybe it's because they're keen to break down certain stereotypes, but the way they talk about it, their football knowledge is immaculate. And Alex Scott, both favourites of mine. I actually love the way they speak about football.
I love how we all just leave Eddie Aluko like out of it. Just pull it out there. Like,
I've not seen a lot of the BBC English one games, to be fair, so that's why.
They've been obviously pundits on a lot of those games as well, and of course Uncle Ian. You gotta love Uncle Ian.
Uncle Righty, bro.
Pull out Southgate for the fraud that he is. So respect to him for that as well. And again, the least one, which screams soon, it's just because of his bit attitude. But I've got to genuinely agree with the rest of the panel. Most of them have been pretty great in their own right as well. Here in
Midnight Vibes, the only place where unilaterally the Graham Souness agenda lives. I love to see it.
He did get 1 point spot on. He said Robertson and Tierney on one side. Any team would fear that, and that's a great point because see if you play a back three, any team would work around that. That's true.
Because he said it is now invalid.
No, that's fine. That's just to build up Robbo for a little second to build up Andy Robertson. So that was all that was.
We got Genus here. Genus? No, we don't. We don't have Jenna either. We got Winter Server, and he says Genus to commentary is like Dr. Petter to medicine. Yeah. Like, listen, it's just poor. Also, anyway,
whoever does Mika Richards trims, they're too sharp, bro. Like it's trim is it's too good. Like it's too good. It's kind of off-putting.
Mika Richards, like, bro. He's not stealing a living, but he's captured the hearts of many just by being a fun geezer, fam. You know what I'm saying? Right, we're gonna go back to
Colombia's goal was really good.
Oh, you got it on the background, mad. Now going quickly into the next group, and then also remember to smash the like button, subscribe to the Football Terrace, become a member, and also share it out to all the charlatans like catching the vibes right now. Group C, probably, funny enough, one of the most uninteresting groups in the tournament, personally for me, but they actually had some decent games in. Holland coming out with 3 straight wins. Dumfries, apparently a lethal finisher, doing a madness. Austria, you know what, Holland was expected to win the group. Austria, though, I had them as the European Spurs because they normally let everyone down. But they actually made it out with 2 wins. Like, David, are you surprised? While he's blowing his nose.
Ukraine were awful in that game, KJ, though.
Yo, look at him. He's getting right in there, man. Jeez,
bro, hay fever's killing me, bro. Hay fever's killing me. I went out without a tablet today. I'm in a mess.
Oh.
But no,
rookie mistake, mate. Rookie mistake.
Austria did really well. Austria did. I was really shocked. I've said Ukraine are my dark horses, and they didn't thrash Ukraine, but they did quite well against Ukraine. Unfortunately, they got Italy, so they're basically out. But they did well. And shout out to Alaba for shutting up on that bitch because he needed to be shut up.
That not average brother is mad. He's just mad. Also, I've never listen. Alaba and Inshallah actually worked for once. Actually worked. Man like Alaba, man like carrying that nation, brother. Yeah, I love to see it. But yeah, like the European Spurs not being Spursy. At least they've got a manager, you know what I'm saying? Then you've got the Ukraine, who made it through on the last day because they looked like they was going out. but then other teams decided, let's give up playing football.
Slovakia had a mayor, didn't they?
Yeah, they just said, nah, screw it, bro. And here you go. Here's your
Get the last flight. We can still make the 12 o'clock flight tonight. Come on, hurry up.
But yeah, Ukraine go through, and again, they're a team that are semi-exciting. You've got Yaramchuk, you've got Melanovsky. Is it Melanovsky? From outside? Yeah, Melanovsky. Emma Hayes loves him. Like, every time I watch a game with her and he's playing, she just talks about him all the time. And then obviously you got Yarmolenko with that absolute banger. But yeah, and also shout out Goran Pandev, bro.
Yeah, class.
That guy, man. There's an old man who's apparently his receding hairline got better as he got older. Like, it's really strange. If you look at the photos when he was with Mourinho, it was bad. And now it's like, actually, you've done decent. But he got a nice send-off as well from his final game in international football.
Yeah, hero for his country, scoring a goal, hero.
More goals than Turkey, and currently the same amount of goals as Gareth Southgate's England.
And more goals than Harry Kane. Anyway, yeah, but yeah, it was a fun. That was a surprisingly fun group, even though I feel like it could have been one of the more boring groups, but it turned out to be okay. And then last group before we move on to team of the group stage. Yes, people were doing that. Group E. No one expected this. This right here is very off. Like, this does not look right. Why are Sweden here? Why are Spain there? And why are Poland down here? This makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? Very, very wild. Lambs, Sweden coming out as winners of the group with 2 wins and a draw. How well do you think they've done this tournament?
I think they've surpassed most people's expectations. I think I was still expecting Sweden to qualify, but I thought they'd be with Poland, maybe battling out for that second to third space. And Spain is questioned.
Oh, Lambs is gone. She's frozen and no longer with us. Yeah. Okay. So let's go to someone else. Sweden. Anyone can hit me with this. I don't care who. If you got,
I think KJ Sweden. They always turn up, don't they? Without Ibrahimovic, I think again. I said earlier, comparing to looking at a Scotland perspective of our teams, it's like they've got good players, like maybe average some good players, but they focus on their strengths. They know Spain's probably not going to break them down. You know, they're very good at that, and I feel like I watched the game against Slovakia. They can be quite boring in games, but they know they've got enough to win games, and I feel like they'll probably get put out. But Sweden are always at tournaments; like, they always seem to find a way. It's not just like Ibrahimovic; they always seem to get there. And yeah, I feel like resilience is what I would call Sweden. Even if they get put out next round, they've probably made their country proud, and that's what. Considering Ibrahimovic was meant to come back and he got injured as well, I think they've done really quite well, to be honest, mate. Top of that group is good.
And they've got obviously Isaac playing his first major tournament, and just impressing everyone. Everyone's giving him some love. Dribbles. And apparently, certain people have been watching him since they were 6 years old.
That'll put his price right up now, won't it?
Yeah, according to eye test. But yeah, he'll definitely be one of those players that probably get a move from this. Well, we'll be doing
a James Rodriguez special for Colombia. That's what I call these moves. No,
we will be doing tournament tax 11. Where these players who had good tournaments will probably get signed by someone in the summer. Yeah, we've got a super chat here. It says, Spain are so dead. Enrique took 24 out of 26 players and no Real Madrid players. Barely used Thiago, have Morata, laughing, laughing. Can
I make a point, right? So, other than maybe Sergio Ramos, I actually don't see who gets in from Real Madrid.
Legit, I actually agree.
What about you say? Is Nacho injured? Nacho's the only one as a utility player. I thought he previously.
He's been in and out of injuries this season, so I don't know if he's.
That's maybe the only one off the top of my head I'd say is our utility player to have. But I agree, mate. I think it's not surprising.
That's why I'm not surprised by it. I think people look at Real Madrid and think, oh yeah, they should have a plethora of Spanish players, but
the squad right now ain't the best. But you still take Vasquez, no? Right back, right wing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Like, he's not a better right back than Aspi
or even Lorente this
or
season.
Lorente, who he's playing at
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, but the thing is,
And then
Spain,
at right wing, like Sarabia, I'd take Sarabia over Vasquez.
He was good. He was good
Oh,
today.
listen, they took
Adama's-
Adama.
Adama's a different. No, but Adama's a different option to what they've
You know,
got.
I've been screaming for Adama to play for them, to be fair, and he finally did, and he just sprinted like I want him to. But Spain are down bad. Like, this is
No,
not
they're dead.
good.
They're actually dead.
Like, they are dead. Like, I don't care if anyone says they are dead.
They're still creating chances. Do you not think so? Like, if I know
Yeah,
Morata's
but when
missing,
you've got when your strike force is Morata as your number 9, and you've got Sarabia and Moreno on the wings.
Yeah, Moreno should be a striker.
Yeah.
Ferran Torres and maybe Sarabia should be playing on the wings. Like
Just drop Morata. Honestly,
Drop Morata.
yeah.
But the thing is, Enrique will play him
yeah.
every game.
Isn't
He
it?
will.
He's getting peas for the money
Do you
laundering.
not think Enrique's smart though? Do you not think that's why he's tried to cut the squad a bit now? Because he's looking for the future. He's trying to change the tiki-taka mentality.
I said he's the best manager at the whole competition.
Yeah, he's definitely up there. I feel like he's maybe just try to change it and maybe get rid of the old guard.
I feel like I think it's more to do with the players than it is Enrique, because you can see they've got a base. You can see they've been getting, like, Pedri's looking very good. I really like. This is the first time you're actually watching him.
Pedri is amazing.
He looks so good.
I said he was going to be a young player of the tournament, and I don't know if we'll get that far, but because he played a lot of minutes, looks very good.
Like, he's been a very, very good for Spain, and he's the shining light. Where else is there? You got Ansu Fati, obviously, he's going to be coming through, but obviously the big injury.
He had an injury at the start with the El Clasico. Then he had an operation. The operation was seemingly fine. He should have been back about 3-4 months ago, and then it relapsed, and he had to have another operation, which is now setting back all the. I do think that's what Enrique was hoping, that Ansu Fati would have been back.
Yeah, and this is like what's coming through for them. They didn't take Inaki Williams, who is probably the most fit player ever. Like, he's just never injured.
Do you know, Inaki is a weird one because he's good, but he's not good. Like, he's such a strange one. Like, he has his moments where he plays really well, but I don't know. Like, tournament football, you just got to be consistent, and I don't think that's Williams, in my opinion.
Could I put a spanner in the works, folks, here? Right, we're crediting Mancini. I get Italy played amazing, but Italy is the first time I've took players from all different teams in the league, like, for the first time ever.
Yeah.
Well, Enrique's I'm not saying it's exactly the same, but his squad's quite varied for the first time as well, hence why Madrid fans are going mental. So I'm not saying they're both going the same recipe, but it's like, because Mancini's is working out so well, I mean, Berardi and Sassuolo, he's Roma, one's Sassuolo, and there's a few players. So I feel like I get what he's trying to do. I think Enrique is probably one of the most intelligent. He's not like an idiot, if you know what I mean. He wouldn't do something as a publicity thing. So I feel like they've tried to, for me, it looks like they've stripped it back. It's not been working because for the past couple of years, they've tried to play that way, and football's evolved, and that's not how you win. I mean, people forget Spain won a World Cup in a Euros. That will never happen for about 40 years again. So I don't know. I feel like Spain. We'll see. We'll see. I'm interested.
Yeah, they're not the finished article. I think that's something we have to remind ourselves. They're not the same. They're definitely not the same Spain that we used to see, and they're not the finished article of their cycle now. I think Enrique is a very good, very, very, very good coach. And if he gets the right batch of players coming through in Spain, I think they'll be fine. But right now, they are dead. Moving on to the last two before we go on to team or the group stage. So I actually want Slovakia deserved to come last. Like, just for what happened today, they actually deserve to come last, because that man legit said, "Boys, you fancy just catching the flight to go home?"
I know, it's so bad.
Because Dubravka, Kendall, I know you're watching. I know you're in the comments. I'm sorry, my girl. I'm sorry. Don't ever chat to me about Dubravka to the theater ever again, please. What was that? That's probably the worst. That's the worst own goals I've ever seen in my life.
That is a bad magic trick. That is an Abra Dubravka movement. Like, He thought, let me try and show everyone what to do here. This is my trick. The ball's gonna drop, and I'm gonna push it over with my hands, because that's what every goalkeeper. No, I'm special. And he just pushed it in his own net, and I'm thinking,
Ken was like, he had Spain to win. He said he had Spain to win. That's why. Man, imagine.
Dubravka put Slovakia in Spain, and they were playing Spain.
See, I like Dubravka. I think he's a good keeper. I think he's just had a bad day. I think he has a good goalkeeper, though. But that's just me.
No. To be fair, he did save a penalty. Okay, let's look at it twisted. He did save a penalty, but then you got Marat attacks. So when you take Marat attacks off the pen, and then you've got the mistake that he made, and he conceded 5 goals, he's just looking very peak. You know what I mean?
Even for Laporte's goal, why was he running away from the goal?
I don't know what he's doing.
I think his head's gone. I think his head's gone, isn't it?
Oh, his head lost. Like that was definitely head lost. Very bad. And then another disappointing tournament for Poland. Just the World Cup wasn't great. They didn't make it out of the group in the World Cup, did they? They didn't make it out of the World Cup didn't make it out of the World Cup group stages. They haven't made it out again for the Euros. Is Leo about to retire? Leo will be retiring soon. Does anyone have any hope for Poland to return to some kind of solidity and being a team that you look at and be like, actually, they could be dark horses? Or is it gone? Lambs, because since you're back.
Sorry about that. Unless they have literally like some mad squad just tucked away in a training academy somewhere in Poland, it's not looking likely.
Yeah, it's looking very peak. It's looking very, very.
But can I say though,
indeed.
Lewandowski's second goal, the composure to just take that down and then whack it is elite.
His first goal was flipping insane. To bend it like that.
However, his first chance where he hit the crossbar twice, that's what I'm talking about with Lewandowski. Because he gets that in the goal, suddenly it's 3-2 and the game's different.
But he had one chance against Spain and he scored though as well. So
my point with Lewandowski is that everyone thinks that it's like no matter where the ball is, if he gets a chance in the box, he's going to score. And I said, he has games where he looks absolutely fantastic and everything will go in. However, we also have games where you'll score 2 goals, but you'll be there like, yeah, you score 2, but you did miss an absolute sitter, which probably would have put us in a different...
Yeah, but David, like compared to most clinical strikers, the numbers speak for himself. Like his conversion rate is very, very good. And I think you are being too harsh because it is single-handedly him that's been carrying this team.
All I was saying is he's got this. I think he's got second or third most big chances missed.
We've seen Messi, we've seen Ronaldo, we've seen Mbappe miss some sitters. We've seen like the best players in the world miss. But they've still scored. They've had brilliant moments in games as well.
Yeah, no,
so
Lamb, when you play for a Bayern Munich or a Real Madrid or a Juventus, it's okay to miss 1 or 2 sitters because you'll probably get another 3 chances in that game. However, my thing with Poland
he scored another 2 goals.
I agree. But my thing with Poland is that the reason why Poland won't go through in this tournament is because he doesn't have that same luxury. So he'd have to be on fire 3 games in a row without fault for them to go through, and I didn't see him doing that.
I agree with you on that. But we know he's getting on in years as well.
Oh, he's absolutely world class though.
Yeah, I don't think David's trying to bag on Lewandowski. He's trying to say that like Poland are actually the reason why he's not performing because them man are just making him suffer. Man's feeding him scraps, bruv. I'm just gonna quickly find the Euro tournament tree. And then we're just gonna look at that, and then we'll be doing team of the group stage. Guys, smash the like button for me. You know what it is. Smash the like button. Shout out to all the Charlans out there not catching the vibe, and also remember to subscribe to the Football Terrace. The tournament tree is coming up very shortly. I just need to have to. You think there'll be one all over Twitter? Okay, there we go. We've got one. We're using Sporf. We're using their tournament tree. Because it's the first one I found. Just going to share this screen real quick. We're not going to go through the whole tournament because we've already done that in the video earlier, in the stream earlier today. We're just going to go quickly through who you're going to think we're going to win in the round of 16. And here is your round of 16 tournament tree. So going quickly, Belgium or Portugal?
Belgium.
Belgium for me.
Belgium.
Belgium, yeah.
Oh, I'm enjoying the listen. The Slanta slander will be loaded. I've got it ready. I'm waiting
Just
to play.
Lukaku will be too much, I think.
You'll be mad. Italy and Austria. Is everyone saying to say Italy?
Yeah.
Nice. Also, France and Switzerland. Everyone's going to say France as well. Yeah, that one's pretty much in agreement. See, Croatia and Spain. I actually think Spain will get panned. Like, I really do. Like, honestly, I can see Croatia winning.
Spain are probably going to turn up on this one, you know.
I think I've got Croatia.
Yeah, like look at that midfield: Modric, like Kovacic. You got Perisic. Come on, man, respect them.
Yeah,
it'll depend how Enrique goes
Spain
about it. Because, like, look at England. England absolutely. Calvin Phillips is not a box to box, and he absolutely done them in that game. And as I say, Lambs, they might turn up, but it'll be interesting. So I'm going to say Croatia. Actually, I've changed it to Croatia.
I'm going Croatia too.
We will see. We'll knockout mode Spain kick in. We'll see.
It'll be a good game, though. I think it'll be a good game.
We've got the battle of the yellow and blue flags in Sweden and Ukraine. Who do you think is taking that one?
Ukraine.
Sweden.
Sweden just get the job done. They just get the job done.
Yeah. I like Ukraine.
No one's backing my Ukraine, you know.
No,
I'm saying Ukraine.
Game, David. They're awful against Austria, and that was an important match.
I don't know why. I can just see a Yarmolenko screamer once again.
No, all I'm saying, they saw Italy and were like, you know what, boys? Today's not the day, innit? It's not the day.
No. Sweden win on penalties. That's what I think. No.
We're gonna go skip one game, and we're gonna go to Netherlands and Czech Republic. We're all gonna say Netherlands, yeah.
Netherlands.
Czech's been good. Czech's been absolutely brilliant for Czech Republic. But I think genuinely, I'm taking my thing out of it. Honestly, I think he's
they will give them a game. They will give them
a game, but I just think the Netherlands will have too much.
And then here's another interesting one: Wales and Denmark. You've got the Welsh team using the powers of 2016, and then you've got the Denmark team using the 4 Christian powers. So, which team is gonna go through? Do you guys think?
I'm going with the Danes, Denmark.
Yeah, same. I don't know why, but I'm going for Denmark.
I think maybe just a bit of luck because of everything as well. I think it might just fall for them. I think it'll be quite a tight game. And cagey, and I think I'm going to say I think it'll be Denmark for some reason. I agree with you two. I don't know why. I just think they'll get through.
I'm going. I live in Wales, so I feel like I'm obliged to go Wales. But
I'd like Wales to get through.
If Denmark win, I'm on the full Christian train.
David, where don't you support?
No, it's just I live in Wales, innit? So like all my friends are like, oh, you got to back Wales.
Here's the thing, that's going to be such an interesting game because it's very 50-50. I think my head says Wales for some reason. Like my head says Wales, but my heart says Denmark for the full Christian. So we'll have to wait and see. And obviously the last one, the biggest game of the round of 16.
It's coming home. England
versus Germany. Are England going to do it? Are they actually going to beat the old enemy?
Nope.
Yes.
It's coming home.
You know, Lambs is saying nah. Lambs is not on it. She's just very much like, this is it. We're out now. Interesting.
That's actually it. Like I think like records, I know records are there to be broken, but they also speak for themselves as well. As suspect as Germany have been this season, you can't deny it's their quality players that have been bailing us out. If we had any other manager in charge, I'd say we have a chance, but we have this fraud. So no,
you know what's mad though, Lambs?
That is the game. I hope Southgate finally loses his job. I hope.
Lambs. You know what's mad though? One, you sound like a mad night hour, which is fair enough. And two, I'm more confident for Southgate in this game than I would if it was like a Hungary. Like I would. I feel like he could do something. It's gonna be a difficult game. Germany would definitely have most of the ball. Germany definitely played a better football and had probably the most chances. But I believe England can win if they play on the counter and if Raheem Sterling plays at false 9. I'm sitting on.
Germany unpredictable now, KG, because I watched him against Portugal and is it Guzans, David, from Atlanta? He's been against France. He was unbelievable as well defensively. Thought he was really good in that game. And then Kimmich, Of course, you're going to play Kimmich right wing back. It's like, oh, play him centre. Why are you going to do that when he's one of the best right backs and you've already got 2 centre mids who can play off free? It's like that annoys me as well. Kimmich was superb. If that team turns up and the way you dismantle Portugal, you can destroy England. However, the team that turns up tonight and they had to bring a 17-year-old to save them in a game, why can England not do it? You've got the talent in that squad. Maybe this is the moment when you finally knock someone you shouldn't knock out. Maybe this is the moment.
This is our Scotland v England for Scotland. Yeah. This is what it is.
This is your Wales versus Belgium, because Wales turned one tournament and done that, and you hadn't done that for 10 years.
Listen. If I see Calvert-Lewin doing a Cruyff turn in the box and scoring with his feet, it's coming home.
They always celebrate when he done that. Unbelievable. That was amazing.
Absolutely mad scenes. Guys, smash the like button for us. It's now time for team of the group stage. Normally we do team of the episode, but because group stages are over, we can now do team on the group stage. The best players from the group stage. That is what we are going to be doing. But before we do that, we've got a super chat here real quick from our guy Malik, who says, I'll say if you would actually come up. He says, I'd write a blank check for Joshua Kimmich. Words don't describe how amazing a player he is. Tech, man. He's so technically gifted at football.
Again, I don't mean it in a bad way, but he is what Liverpool fans think Trent is. Like, I'm not trying to.
David, we're not doing this now. We're not doing this now. Not now. Anyway, guys, team on the group stage. So all 3 games have been played. Who have been the best players in your opinion? We're gonna go with the goalkeeper as per usual. I want to give a shout to Donnarumma. Is Donnarumma been the best goalkeeper, or he hasn't been tested enough to have that?
I was gonna say Pickford.
I was going to say
really. Group stages. If we're talking about group stages, then group stages, the man has conceded 0 goals in 3 games. He has to go in there. Sorry.
Interesting.
So is Donnarumma. So yeah.
So Donnarumma has as well, but you feel like he's had more. Who's had more crucial
that's
saves?
what I was talking about. I was talking about Donnarumma.
Yeah, Donnarumma and Pickford have both not conceded.
But you know what it is though? I think that there have been some incredible saves from Pickford. That's
the one against Scotland where his arm goes
not
down.
Incredible, Camden. It's not exaggerating everything.
I love you, Conroy.
I suppose Lyndon Dyke's shot was going in; it wasn't going wide. But because Reece James cleared it off the line, what a clearance! It's going wide. You know what I mean?
No, it was going wide. That was actually going wide. I'm not even lying. It was going wide.
I feel like we're missing a goalkeeper here. I feel like
someone said Velasic from
for Czech Republic.
For Czech Republic,
against Scotland, he was good because Scotland got to shot the ball at him, but he made a lot of saves. So
yeah, no.
So who are we picking?
I'm picking Pickford, man.
Pickford.
I think it's part of because we've expected him to make a mistake. The fact he hasn't is like go on.
Yeah, it's also very
good.
Ward for Wales is a good shout.
That's a good shout. You know what? Yeah, I'm actually going to vote.
He's actually been forced to make some fantastic saves as well. I feel like Pickford, although he made I think maybe 1 or 2 great saves, and credit to him for that. I don't think he's been tested too often as I think Ward is. So that's actually a really good shout.
No, actually, I'm actually picking Ward. Yes, he's conceded 2 goals, but the amount of saves he's made and the crucial saves that he's made.
Yeah, against Turkey, that header, and I think
I'm going with Ward. Lamb's going with Ward. Conroy, who are you going with?
I'd go with Ward. He's not played in 2 years as well. So I know it doesn't maybe necessarily matter, but to go from not playing to performing, that's pretty difficult as well.
Yeah,
keeping Hennessy out of the team as well, David. Your best friend Hennessy out of the team as
well. Ward has been absolutely insane. Respect to him. Right back, Dumfries.
Denzel.
Dumfries.
FPL go.
Dumfries getting in there, scoring goals. You'll love to see it. I've actually put Dumfries. Dumfries going in there. Here we go. Centre backs. Is one of them Bonucci or Chiellini?
One of them is Chiellini, I think.
Yeah, I think Chiellini, yeah.
Has he played every game? Or did he not get injured?
He got injured. So I guess you go Bonucci. However, I think John Stones had a really good tournament.
John Stones has been decent.
Stones has been good.
I'm not on this Tyron. Everyone's been like, Tyron Mings has been really good. Oh, no. Shut up.
And you can also argue John Stones probably should have got a goal against Scotland.
No, we're not giving praise for that because he should.
Yeah,
He had to score.
Should have scored.
He had to score. I think Punditry going in there is fair. You got Keher, people are saying. Lindelof, apparently, he's actually had a decent tournament, to be fair. People said Pepe, they got Maguire's played one game, so we're not having Maguire. Christensen.
Actually, Christensen is
for that rocket, that absolute rocket. Oh,
Yeah,
my God.
just for that.
Remember, they did lose two games. They did lose two games.
But KJ, you got to take into account the extenuating circumstances.
Yeah, and Lambs, I have, and still no. I'm sorry, it's just the way that it is.
Nah, give it John Stones, man.
Danielson is apparently a good shot, a good shout. It's really.
You've got to give it just one England defender at least because, like,
Yeah,
they did not concede.
I haven't conceded a goal. It's
To be fair, the main job is to not concede goals.
So Stones is fair because Stones is the easy one to ridicule. Like English media are ready to tear him down as well. Like everyone's on Twitter is ready to do it, and I thought he was actually like some defenders against Scotland didn't do well. Like weren't up for it, but I thought Stones done quite well considering he's maybe not he's aggressive, but it's maybe not his first game. I thought he was actually quite good in the tournament, and that leap was unbelievable as well. Like he was in the air. It's like Michael Jordan. He was in the air that long. So
obviously, everyone in the comments want this guy. I think we're all picking Spinazzola.
I think Germany guy's been unbelievable.
Gosens, what?
What Gosens or Spinazzola?
Gosens.
Let's go for Spinazzola because let's face it, David, Gosens was part of a team that conceded goals, so no.
Yeah, but Gosens also got a goal and an assist in a crucial game against Portugal.
Spinazzola's been crucial for the team, particularly part of the best team.
All I'm saying when we talk about quality of opposition,
but David, there's quality of opposition, but doing it once over two times is a bit peak.
Right,
do you think Spinazzola's been? I thought against the first game he was great. Do you think he was great in the other two games? I thought Gosens been France he was great, and against Portugal he was man of the match.
I thought Spinazzola was excellent for like the first two games, but again, really and truly, it is kind of neck and neck. But he does an expensive job. So at the end of the day, he's part of a team that's conceded 0 goals. That's why he's got to go in there at Gosens for me.
That's a fair argument. So midfield, I'm going to start off with one. Does Paul Pogba get in this?
Maybe, but not straight away.
Not straight away.
Yeah.
I think the midfielder of the tournament so far has been Gini. Genuinely.
Gini won that.
Love it, David. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
Saying this, I can't believe I'm saying this. For once, I agree with David.
The thing is, right? Everyone's been giving me smoke, being like, "Oh my God, Gini Wijnaldum! You've been saying he's been awful for years." I'm like, yeah, but I did also preface before the tournament, like, he is really good for Holland because he plays in the 10. And this, and I don't think he's played a string of games much better for the Netherlands than he has recently because he's been so good.
So this is what I mean. There's so many now midfielders that you can pick from. You've got Locatelli, you've got De Jong, you've got Paul Pogba, you got Kevin De Bruyne. Like, there's so many wonderful midfielders. You got people are saying Modric as well because he's been their best player. Croatian, I think that people saying Forsberg.
That's a good.
That's more just for today, though. Not for the whole of group stage.
He's been probably their second best player behind it. Well, I think he's been their best player, but I think like most people would say Isak's been their best player because he's had the most like going.
No, people say Lindelof. People will say Lindelof for the
Lindelof. I think Forsberg's had a really good tournament.
He's clutch. He's like he steps up. He doesn't get nervous, whereas others maybe snatch at the chance. But Kevin De Bruyne has played 2 matches and he's got 2 assists and a goal. The guy is unbelievable. Like I think he's unbelievable. I think
hands down, I think one of my votes is definitely for Kevin De Bruyne. You really cannot deny that. And he came on to a game which they were losing and just completely.
Yeah, he's only played a game and a half as well.
It's a game.
The way he came on and was just like, "This is my tournament. I'm here." In that second game was ridiculous. So,
and the way that he just handled
that goal was like a dagger with his left foot as well.
Absolutely manhandled. Russia was very mad. Not gonna lie, he just did it. He did his thing.
And
So
then he got a disallowed assist as well, and then he went and got Lukaku, got the ball 10 minutes later, and gave him another
going
assist.
back to Lukaku. So here's the thing: that this last spot, De Jong, Locatelli, Paul Pogba. Now, if you're talking about again,
also David Alaba's played midfield as well. Don't forget that.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yes,
I think we have, just because again they're amazing defensive record in the group stages, and if this is the team with the group stages, I think an argument has to be made for one of the Italian midfielders. I'm not too sure which one, but I think a strong argument needs to be made for one of them.
So you got
scored as well. He scored
Locatelli
scored
two goals. Locatelli scored 2 goals. Jorginho's been very instrumental in that midfield. Paul Pogba has been doing some wonderful things in the midfield for France. And who else is there as well? De
Jong.
I said Alaba's been playing midfield and he's been fantastic.
Yeah,
David, let it go.
No, it is, mate. But the group's kind to Alaba compared to I get what you're saying, though, mate. But I just thought they took a long time to beat North Macedonia in that first match.
Okay, yeah. so we've eliminated Alaba. Out of the 2 Italian players, which one would you rather go for?
Locatelli.
Locatelli, yeah.
Locatelli. So you got Locatelli's an option. De Jong.
I think he's been incredible.
I think he's been
again,
really
but
good.
if Alaba's group has flattered him,
yeah.
What about De Jong's group? Because they're in the same group. Actually, no, they're not in the group. No, they were in the same group. Were they not?
Yeah, same group.
Yeah, no, they were.
Yeah, they were in the same group. So if Alaba's getting flattered by them,
yeah.
surely...
I think Gini's scored as well, and Dumfries have scored, so you can't look past it. I think Locatelli, because he scored 2 goals, and that's massive in a tournament for anybody.
Okay, so it's Pogba or Locatelli?
Locatelli.
Okay. KJ really wants that Pogba.
No. I'm just saying because he has been phenomenal.
Yeah, some of his passes were unbelievable. See the one for Mbappe tonight? That Mbappe, great finish, mate. Of course, that was a great pass. That was unbelievable. But I think either way, Pogba has been superb. But I don't know if because Locatelli there was no expectation from him. I don't know. It's tight. It's a tight call.
How good was he? Was he excellent in the first game as well, or was it just the second game he was?
No, I think he was good in the first game as well.
In the first game, they were all good. I mean, personally, I think Locatelli. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. I think
Pogba's been superb, KJ. Pogba has been superb.
Yeah,
if it wasn't for Locatelli, I think Pogba would definitely be my post straight.
Again, quality of opposition. You go with Paul Pogba. But if you go with what you guys are saying in terms of expectation, the way that they've not conceded goals, Locatelli's a fair shout in there. Question. Wait, was it question? Kevin De Bruyne or Paul Pogba in this tournament?
De Bruyne was unbelievable against Denmark.
It's the funny one because Pogba's played good 3 games, whereas De Bruyne has had that obviously off the bench moment.
Yeah.
So it's like...
But they're 1-0 down, mate. He literally came on and won the game for them. He got married. I think
but Pogba's carried them in 3 of the games, though. Like
drew against Hungary. Kevin De Bruyne has got 100% record. Pogba
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, France haven't won all of their games. They have looked a bit shaky in moments, and it has come from the midfield at times. So I agree with Conroy here. Sorry.
Yeah, but De Bruyne wasn't part of one of them.
I was gonna say, if between the two, even though I love Kevin De Bruyne, I think Pogba probably had a better tournament so far.
Yeah.
No, and that's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking.
Tournament-wise, yes, he's had a better tournament.
You're sleeping on De Bruyne. Wait till you see the knockout stages.
I think when you take De Bruyne's averages over the games, he's been higher rated, but Pogba's played all the games and De Bruyne hasn't.
Yeah, but De Bruyne literally came on, and won a game.
But over the tournament,
over the tournament, and again, he's doing it against Portugal, European champions, and Germany.
No, it's a fair point, but I just feel like the Hungary result just puts a bit in the wood for me, whereas De Bruyne has won every second he's been on the park. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's I have to agree with Conrad.
I understand. Yeah, I get the Pogba argument.
Even Belgium, they went behind to Denmark.
Yeah, but then you can argue the fact that he didn't play in the first game.
If Pogba was a game changer like that, why didn't they win? But Kevin De Bruyne is a game changer.
No, but that's a misconception. The Pogba
Yeah.
made things happen, but they couldn't finish those things happening.
If he's doing his job and the people don't finish it off,
that's a really wild statement to make, because look at who France have up front and who the Belgium really have.
They're not finishing.
Wait, did you just say who did Belgium really have?
Yeah, no. I said, but who did Belgium really have that's so clinical up front? It's Lukaku. That's it. Who do France have? They have
Hazard.
They have Ben.
Yeah, and lambs. How is it Paul Pogba's fault that these elite finishers that you're talking about are missing the net?
It's his fault, but I'm saying people always have a reputation, but you can't deny that Kevin De Bruyne he's played less games, he's been more clinical. I'm sorry.
Can I just add one point to say on the lads? De Bruyne has played a game and a half, got 2 assists and a goal. That's
he plays high. He plays. But the thing is, Kevin De Bruyne plays higher up the pitch than Paul Pogba.
Yeah.
So of course he's going to get more outputs than him. Paul Pogba's been putting things
on
on
45
plates.
minutes and got an assist and a goal against Denmark.
Yeah, but Paul Pogba's been putting things on plates for his team consistently.
Okay, KJ, I know you really want Pogba there. Fine.
No, but here's the thing, Lambs. You say that, but if we talk about being fair, let's be fair then. That's all I'm saying. Hey, Pogba, listen, have I said Bruno? Have I mentioned Bruno? No, because he's been asked.
It's a close call.
Bruno in this team.
Exactly. So, Lambs, if you want to talk about, you're just trying to get someone in there, then Bruno would be the one.
Obviously, it's a close contest. Like you make very, very good points for Pogba, but I think me and Conroy make some great points for Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah. Hence why De Bruyne was in there in the first place.
Yeah, it is. Do you know what? It is really close. So, fair enough.
Also, just the live chat. The live chat is.
I've been outvoted, so it's fine. I've been outvoted. Democracy.
Beautiful scenes. All right, cool. We'll get off this now.
AJ really wanted that Pogba. So
justice for PP, bro, because
he has been good. He has been, bro. I've been impressed with the consistency more than anything.
Forward line. What are we saying?
Ronnie's got to go in.
Get Lukaku in there straight away.
Ronnie, Havertz, and Depay.
Havertz?
What? Havertz has got 3 goals.
No, you got to give it Lukaku.
He's got 3 goals this tournament. I don't think it's outrageous.
No, but Lukaku has to be in there.
Yeah, Lukaku has to.
Well, then give it Ronnie, Lukaku, and Havertz. I'm not.
Lukaku is fair as anything as well.
Patrick Sheik, get a shout, no?
You know what? Yeah, he's been the sort of the unknown star of the tournament.
Does Isaac get a shout, or is it the fact that he's been looking?
I don't think he hasn't scored yet.
He gets honorary mention.
No, he hasn't scored.
With Patrick Schlick, did you just ask if he scored?
No, Isak.
Isaac.
I was talking about Schlick. I was about to say.
I know about Schlick.
Yeah. Also, but here's the thing: Kevin De Bruyne does play right forward.
No, KJ, get out. No. You can't make us argue for that position for about 10, 15 minutes.
I think the debate's done. The debate's done.
If you want him in there is a way. If you want him in there, there's a way.
We gave up. We lost.
We lost the game. We lost that.
I think Schlick, man, just because there's got to be that unknown star, and that's him. He had 0 expectations going into this, and he lit up the group. Let's be real.
Doing Kai Havertz dirty. I'm just saying.
Does anyone feel like we're forgetting someone?
Germany,
I feel like we are. You got Yarmolenko's had a good tournament. Depay's had a good tournament.
My boy Yaramchuk.
I feel like with Memphis again, the group did flatter him. Like you expect him to do this against that group, so I'm not gonna put Depay in there. I didn't realize Kai Havertz has also got 3 goals and 2 assists. That's pretty mad.
Yeah, them 2 assists came against Portugal as well. So I have to say,
are we saying
it's because he's frustrating. That's why he's annoying, Havertz. He's so frustrating to watch. He's just like there's a simple decision and he makes the wrong decision. That's what's. I'm not a Chelsea fan, but when I watch
Immobile is getting some shouts, and to be fair, they're one of the highest scoring teams in the tournament. I think they are the highest scoring team in the
Didn't play all
tournament.
the games though.
There's that. You got
You've got to
and then
count that against De Bruyne. You've got to count it against De Bruyne.
someone in the comments just said Saka after one game. Bless him.
Joke, man. Absolute joke, man.
But
Bale's not a bad shout. Like genuinely, he's not going to get in, but I think like that performance against Turkey, that was. I think he has been pretty good, to be fair, but he won't get in. There's better players.
yeah, there's been better players. So I feel like it's between Kai Havertz. I think it's fair. I think Yarmolenko actually has a good shout, but he did lose. What, he lost how many games did he lose?
He lost 2 games.
Two.
He lost 2 games.
And beat North Macedonia. That's all.
Yeah. To be fair, the Netherlands ones wasn't really his fault. He did his job there. He got a goal and assist. But okay, yeah, maybe Yarmolenko can miss out.
I'm saying
We could put Spinazzola and switch Ronaldo at right wing, put Spinazzola at left wing back, and put
Ellen's getting
Guzman at left back.
shouts as well. I mean, he has scored 2
no,
goals.
he's been dead. He's just scored. I'm sorry. He's
Who's that?
actually bad. Sterling.
Scored 2
Yeah,
goals.
no.
He's actually had bad performances. He's just scored.
He's shit, fam. I don't care. He's
I don't want him. I actually don't. The thing is, I actually don't want him starting. So why is he going to the best 11 of the?
Hey, listen! Don't shoot the messenger. Don't shoot.
What
The
about
messenger.
Lewandowski?
Nah.
Yeah.
You're a fan. Man scored
out.
goals for a team that finished with 1 point, bro.
But I feel like he did he dragged them in a lot of games. Goal equalised against Spain. Probably have.
Are we going with Kai Havertz?
All I'm saying, he won the Champions League for Chelsea.
David,
I'm
that has
saying-
nothing to do with it.
I'm
That has
saying
nothing to
he's
do with it.
carrying
just
on
for
his
saying that,
form.
bun him. I don't want
He's
him
carried
in
on. He's carried on his form from the competition. He's moved it
No,
on
no,
into
no.
the
If you
Euros.
mention
I think
Champions
he's
League,
been
bun
Germany's
that
best player, and Germany came second in the group of death, only 1 point behind France. I'm just saying.
But again, they did draw with Hungary.
Yeah, but so did France, and everyone's saying they're going to win the tournament. And Paul Pogba's in the team.
No, listen. I was just waiting to see your reaction. I just see
Thank
your
you.
reaction that one.
Get my boy in the squad. Thank you very
If
much.
you mention the Champions League, I swear down, I'm gonna bun that you.
Okay. Looking at this, I know there's been some omissions because obviously there's only 11 players. Shout out to Forsberg, Memphis Depay.
Yeah.
Shout out to who's the left back that people wanted, Gosens.
Yeah, he's been very good. Yeah.
Right, yeah. Shout out to Joshua Kimmich as well, playing right back.
Shout out Højbjerg. Højbjerg's got 3 goals and assists this tournament.
Wait.
Like, Kimmich could have gone over some of the midfielders.
Wait, apparently Kai Havertz has no assists, but he's got 2 goals.
Not true.
Fake, is that fake news?
No, to be fair,
That's a Liverpool fan.
I
Peace
think
out,
one
mate.
of-
Try
I
to
think
help
one
us
of
there.
his- I think one of his goals might have gone down as an own goal for Diaz.
Yeah. But still, like, you can't.
He's still been amazing. He's been
He's
Germany's
been good.
best
He's been
player. Without Kai Havertz in the team, Diaz don't put in his own net. So
Okay. So and then
Super chat was from a Liverpool fan, clearly.
and then also
Still
no one's gonna argue with who the manager of the tour.
it's Frank de Boer.
It's clearly Gareth Southgate. No.
Hell no.
No, it's definitely Roberto Mancini. No one's gonna.
No, I'm being honest. I think it's de Boer.
Robert
Yeah,
Page,
Robert-
100% Robert Page. He had the biggest drama before coming to the tournament. For him to get them through the tournament, Mancini's got a great squad, great manager. Robert Page, inexperienced. I think he's overachieved massively, but that's just my opinion.
I think de Boer. I think the way that he's coming to the tournament with his own fans being like play 4-3-3 over the training ground.
Oh, that's funny. That is funny.
He
That is very funny.
has really shut people up so far because people really weren't expecting much from the Netherlands. Hopefully
Good
it like
point,
carries on.
David.
But I think he's had a really good group stage.
Frank de Boer, Page, Mancini.
I'm happy with either of the 3, but I like people who are like they've gone like people have said that they're going to do really badly, and he's come out and been like,
Yeah, but
I'm playing
no
my
one
way.
said, no one expected Italy to do the madness that they have done. Let's be honest now. No one expected that, and the reason why that's happened is Roberto Mancini.
Did you
Not
expect
gonna lie,
the
I really
Netherlands?
respect I really respect, like, because I was expecting them to top the group anyway, but I still was expecting them to concede at least a goal. So to concede 0 goals, I've got to respect that. My vote is for Mancini.
I expected.
No, but by that logic, you give it to Gareth Southgate because we also didn't expect him to not.
Nah, listen. They have 3 out of 3 wins. It goes to Mancini.
No,
And they never scored more than 2 goals in a tournament as well.
As well as defensive logic as well. So
Wait, they've scored 3. You know what? They've scored 3. They've won. What is it? 3-0, 3-0.
Twice, yeah.
And 1-0.
And they never scored more than 2 goals before in a tournament. Mental. That's crazy. Eh?
I think the only difference in results is that I think Netherlands won a game 3-1, but apart from that, it's been the same.
Yeah.
No, they won 3-2.
Well,
No, but the thing is, no, they've won 3-2.
Oh, they won 3-2. They won
3-1. And it's no. I'm sorry. As a team,
yeah.
I'm saying, like, people came into the tournament and everyone was like, "Oh yeah, Italy are my dark horses." But when I mentioned the Netherlands in the thing, everyone was like, "What, the Netherlands? They got Frank de Boer. What about Frank de Boer?"
But who do you think? Okay, look at their groups, pound for pound. Regardless of how they actually performed, when coming into the tournament, North Macedonia in your group, not difficult. Austria in your group, who's known for bottlers, you beat them, and Ukraine is a 50-50 one. You don't know which one you're gonna get.
No, but also, do you know what? You just reminded me, KJ. Actually, did they not go 2-0 up and concede 2 goals?
Yeah, concede 2 goals.
That's no, just for that, no way.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it can't be.
Again, I'm not against Mancini, but I think the Boers have like really proved some people wrong.
Yeah.
Sweden manager as well. Sweden top in their group, some achievement as well.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I want to give a special shout out to the Wales manager because they've come in disarray. And he has taken over a situation that's very complicated and got them through the group stage again for the 2nd year in a row. And that's an amazing achievement. And they play some good football. They put up a good fight. So Rob Page does get a special shout out. But I feel like for everything that he's done, bringing this Italy team, which the whole nation were confused about, they didn't really think that they're going to be any good after how poor they've been recently, and to turn them around to do what he's been doing, you have to give it to him, to Roberto Mancini, in my opinion. So yeah, listen, here is your team of the group stage. You've got Ward in nets, you've got Dumfries, Bonucci, Stones, and Spinazzola in the back line. You have Wijnaldum, Locatelli, Paul Pogba in the midfield, and up front you've got Kai Havertz, Lukaku, Ronaldo, with Roberto Mancini winning manager of the group stage. Now the question is, who is the baller of the group stage from these players?
Ooh.
Lukaku.
Wijnaldum.
I can't really choose.
I gotta go Pogba, you know.
I'm saying Lukaku.
Just looks different. Looks fitter. He looks sharper.
Yeah.
So the Hazard, the De Bruyne goal is because he beat a man, cut in. I've never seen him do that before. I think he looks like a man possessed right now to prove a point. Looks on fire.
Right.
So that's...
Like Pogba's been great, but Lukaku has just been a different animal this whole tournament.
Portugal should be scared. I'm telling you right now, he's ruthless right now. He just wants to. I saw a tweet earlier. He's like, he doesn't care about individual awards, just wants to win trophies now. So I think he's out to prove a point.
Yeah, Lambs, who are you saying?
I'm just gonna go with the majority, Lukaku.
Okay, fair enough. Lukaku wins baller of the group stage. He has had a very impressive group stage. Hardeep is not letting this go. He's like, how do you add cut 2 goals? Kai, 0 assists, check him out.
Listen, you know what? It's just UEFA trying to mug. It's just UEFA trying to mug our boy.
It is what it is, but
I'm just gonna call it.
Well, what did he assist, though?
2 goal involvements. 2 goal involvements. Let's just leave it at that.
Okay, fair enough. The team is the team. But yeah, big up Lukaku for being baller of the tournament. Excellent group stage. Baller of the tournament, baller of the group stage is an excellent group stage. Right. before we leave, we always gotta ask this one thing, guys. Who is the fraud of the group stage?
It's got to be Turkey, isn't it?
Turkey and Dubravka, just for that one game.
Yeah.
For that one thing he's got.
You know what? Yeah, no, I'm not even. Again, they will get flop of the tournament when we do the tournament review.
All right, okay then.
I'm saying Slovakia for the fact that how are you going to beat Poland and then just say in the last game with a chance to go through, but actually we want to go home. Yo, hit us for 5. What kind of foolishness is that? Absolute fraudulence, bro. Or when people say Morata is up there as well.
Morata is a shout.
People saying Bruno Fernandes. It's peak, but I understand why. You know what I'm
Actually,
saying?
to be fair, Bruno's had a shocker.
Did you see that challenge tonight? Did you see that challenge?
I think Bruno's been as bad as some other players, to be fair. Like, you can't.
No, but it's like,
when we're talking about the likes of Morata, we're talking about the Turkey squad.
Yeah, but did you really have an expectation of
yeah,
Morata?
that was going to be my thing. When you look at players like Morata, we all know what Morata is, so like kind of not expecting anything. However, to come off a season when you've broken Frank Lampard's goal scoring record, to then be like
disappear,
do nothing. Like
yeah, but the thing is, you are forgetting Santos tax. Santos tax is real. Santos tax is real. I'm just saying, you guys know.
I was just gonna say the manager, innit?
Yeah, the manager's whack.
So could get it.
Ooh, Harry Kane.
Yeah, my mind's Kane. I don't even
but
care.
But to be fair, if you're going to say for Bruno, manager tax, you have to say Southgate tax. You got to say Southgate tax.
Kane's stupid. That's what it is. I don't care. It's not Southgate. Why is he playing as a quarterback when he's meant to be a striker? Stay up there, and that's all you got to do. It's not hard. No. This is the one time I'll defend Southgate because you can't teach an idiot how to play football.
Oh my
god! I'm personally going with Slovakia. Souls is going with with Harry Kane. David, who are you picking?
I said Dubravka. Like, to me, one thing I will give Kane, you don't know whether Southgate tell him to drop deep and try and create because you don't know that. I mean, if England had come second, I'd give it to Southgate because I think we should have won our group, but he won it, so I have to be nice.
Dubravka and Slovakia are winning right now.
Dubravka for punching that ball in that net, like
your lambs, who you saying?
I'd like to give an honorary mention to Southgate. I think it has to be, just for the sheer absolute disappointment, all this hype, and they were just disappointing. The entire Turkey squad, man.
So Turkey still flops of the tournament, though. So
yeah, can you believe I said with my whole chest before the tournament started, dark horses.
Oh, they disgraced you
right now.
And then also Conroy, who are you saying?
Dude, see with Turkey, I don't know if you've watched it. See what annoyed me is, Hilmaz, if you watched them all season, I just felt like Turkey's tactics didn't get enough bodies around them. So it was just basically a 35-year-old trying to run in behind. So I actually think the tactics let them down more than anything. I feel like there is certain tactics they could have used to stay in games, and it just so disjointed. And it's the same team that beat Holland 4-2. A couple of months ago. I don't know what's happened, but I think they are probably the frauds because fraud means like you're expecting something that never happened. Yeah. And for me, flop's too kind to them. Like I think they are and I'm not having a go. I just feel like they've got good players. Like how can it not have any tactics? I don't know. Yeah. I'm still shocked.
You know what?
Why did you not use him more? You're supposed to be.
Kahuglu, I can't pronounce his name for Milan.
Kahuglu.
Yeah,
you know what? Yeah, I'll say this.
Milan as well. Inter Milan.
He's about to sign. Or he has signed for them. I'm not too sure. Either way, he's gonna go there. I will say this: Turkey are getting flops at the tournament. They are. And they are actually flops of the group stage. They are charlatans of the group stage. But we also have to put in a little sprinkle of Dubravka and Slovakia because you can't, with a chance to go through, you don't lose 5-0. I'm sorry, you don't. And then also to have your goalkeeper to punch it into his own net is just pure fraudulence. He had a bet on. He had to have a bet on, clearly. But that has been Midnight Rise episode 54. Guys, smash the like button for us one last time. A bit later than normal because we had a stream just before and we started a bit late. I apologize for that. But we're here now. We've had a great time, wonderful time. Make sure you share this out to all the shoutouts like catching the vibes right now. And remember to subscribe to the Football Terrace, people. Remember to subscribe to the Football Terrace and become a member. Guys, Vibers, so you've been amazing as per usual. And the group stages are over. Round of 16 is happening. And if England beat Germany and we win on pens,